Hello, universe. Nice to see you. I would say happy day of the week, but we do know that it is, in fact, Final Fantasy Friday. Could it be any other day? Let's continue on with Final Fantasy 2. As my phone rings for a moment and then immediately stops ringing. Cool. Very weird. Regardless, I'm not going to be picking up any calls right now. They can wait until later. Heck'em. Unless it's like an emergency, I guess, at which point not heck'em. I have no idea where we're going. The stream title today is that I'm probably lost, but we'll figure it out. Probably. Because I don't remember exactly what was going on. I know that we helped the Wyverns. We went to the Wyvern place, so I think it's right here. How do you open the map? There we go. So this was Castle Diced in the Diced Cavern, which is where the Wyverns were. Where we helped the Wyvern, we dropped the egg. I don't remember what we got from Castle Diced, though. Surely there was something. Let's check our key items. Okay, we got the pendant. Because we wanted the Dragoons to help us, we need to go back to the main area. Okay, it's actually all coming back to me now. We should head back to Altair, I think. Fastest way to reach Altair. Unfortunately, it looks a little bit inconvenient, because the only way to really land there is by going through the south, right? So I guess we'll go north, loop around, and then hopefully fit back in there and then get to Altair. Not having an airship's unfortunate, although we've never had one, so I'm not exactly like used to it. Right, and we have Layla now as well, who's kind of ripping damage. I didn't realize we were as strong as we are. Hold on. Although being that we have a bunch of MP, we should probably be training our MP on the way. Heck. Guy's HP is so high now that that poison is actually ticking for like a really solid amount. I guess it's still percent based either way, so it doesn't matter too much in practice, but still it's kind of annoying because we have to heal more. There are my antidotes. I forgot I bought 95 of them. I was kind of annoyed with the whatever the heck it's called. It's not poison, it might be venom. Something like that. The like more advanced poison that you can't Esuna for some reason. Again, I don't know the point of leveling up Isuna or Asuna. It's probably Isuna, right? I would imagine it was Isuna. But like, what's the point of leveling it up? Can it do better things? It doesn't seem to imply that it can. It just becomes more expensive. Utility spells are surprising to me. I'm guessing the only reason to level up Isuna would be to do better poison and stuff, but it seems like kind of a pain to actually like level up in practice, right? Because assuming you can't just cast that on a random target with no benefit, but maybe you can, and that's how you level it up. It's a very interesting way to do the game. I like it a lot. I know I was kind of glazing it before. Oh, speaking of glazing it, I was pretty confident last episode that there was like a whole extra episode that got eaten on the YouTube side. So if you're watching the YouTube part of this, there's not. I don't know how I reached that conclusion. I guess just because so much happens in FF2 every single time that like my brain's like, oh, this must be like 2 or 3 different sessions. But nope, it's just one. So I think this is our third. I hope so. It's going to be embarrassing if I'm wrong about it again. I can kind of check by the time, right? Yeah, no, this is definitely our third. Okay, so can we dock wherever? I guess we can, right? Cool. So we're going to go back to Altair and hopefully report on our... I guess we got a pendant saying the Wyverns are gonna work with us. That's like it, though. We didn't actually get a Wyvern, and apparently all the Dragoons are in fact dead, which is very unfortunate, because they probably would have been good for our defense army, I guess. I don't really know how else to say it. I want to go to Finn already. I imagine that our 4th party member's there, but I don't actually know. Hilda's been very strangely. I try to speak to her and all she does is laugh. Could the king's death have disturbed her so deeply? I just don't know what I can do to help her. Would you try speaking to her for me? What? What do you mean laugh? Is she just chilling in the king's like bedroom? Okay, no, that other room must be hers. Okay, this is weird. Why would she be laughing? Oh. Varian, there's something I would like to discuss with you. She's not laughing at all. Oh. We'll be waiting outside. Okay. Come to me, Varian. What in goodness' name is going on? Your Highness. Why are you just standing there? I don't enjoy being... What? Huh? Is this like a... Oh, is it like a siren or something? Now you're mind Varian. What have you done with the princess? I knew it. I immediately felt like there was some shenanigans. Not so fast, ye scurvy snake. I could feel it in my bones. That was a crazy twist of a scene. Allow me a queen. I'm going to treat this like it's going to be tough even though it might not be tough. But I'm going to go under the assumption that every boss fight is secretly tough and just hasn't presented itself as tough yet. I'm going to have Guy Berserk himself, and then we'll go for a Thunder. Surely it's weak to Thunder. I wonder if you can stack Protect and stuff. I've assumed you couldn't, but maybe you can. Oh, I forgot you could cast Berserk on the whole party. I should have done that as well. That was a blunder. Although, I wonder if the effect of it... Charm 9. Oh, I see. Okay. I don't know if we can cleanse Charm. I'm guessing we probably can with Basuna, so I'm gonna go for that if we can. Because Basuna specifically says wears off after battle, and I think Charm would probably wear off after battle. Okay. Turns out Layla does like no damage to Firion, which is nice. Okay, Basuna does not work. Alright, we're in trouble actually. Wait, maybe not. Blink 9 though, like how are you casting level 9 spells? I just realized I buffed up the person who's going to be attacking us. It's possible that if I attack Layla will be un-CC'd. But at this point, I think that Layla's probably so weak that it doesn't matter. Uh-oh, Blink 9 is no joke apparently. Is this the Wallace Daddy edition at FF2? It might be. Nice to see you, Lucario Zella. Hopefully you're doing good today. Okay, this is actually kind of nuts. Hold on. It was super cool catching a chunk of your Pokemon stream. Was it yesterday? It must have been yesterday. I can't see how it wasn't yesterday. Maybe the day before. Oh, the days are just blurring for me. What do I do here? Surely we have something to cure one of these things. I have curses, but I don't know if Charm counts as a curse. I don't have sleep clearing. Surely I have something that's like a generic cure, right? I guess I don't. Maybe this fight's gonna go really bad. I guess we have to use magic now. I could try to sleep as well. Maybe it's weak to fire instead. It was yesterday, I swear the days are blurring together. I'm doing good. I'm having a good time with Xenoverse. I'm glad. It looks like it's a very interesting time. I'm certainly not bad, other than the fact that this boss might gunk me. I'm sure we won't actually get gunked, though. I think I'll rip another Berserk. The fact that they can charm is really a problem, but... as long as we can hit through Blink on occasion, it should be fine just spamming Berserk. Assuming Berserk stacks, which I still don't know if it does. Okay, see, that's a real problem. Okay, so at this point, I think Firion might self-KO, which would not be ideal. Okay, maybe this thing has a million defense, actually. I think I was wrong in going for buffing up Berserk. I'm just so used to doing Temper in FF1. I guess we'll cure the team. No, I'm gonna just focus Cure on Firion. And I guess we'll just do Magic. I was gonna say that probably one hits Layla, unfortunately. Layla's stats just did not get up to where they needed to be before this, I guess. It's always tough when someone joins the party and they have such low HP. Okay, so we got our Firion back. Firion has Thunder 5. Maybe I start ripping warps, you don't think? When in doubt, rip a warp. Imagine that work, though. Oh my god, please stop charming Firion. I get it, it's like your thing. Oh, never mind. Firion immediately was like, nah, none of that. I'm snapping out. Let's do magic like we were doing before. Unfortunately, I'm kind of forced into curing a bunch with Maria, which would be a big boost to our damage if not. At least we have Layla doing Thunder this time, so it'll be some damage. That's okay, it has like no health actually. I should have just spammed magic. Everything in this game has no health at all if you use magic, but a crazy amount of defense, I swear. Alright, well at least we're all alive for it and get some XP. Cool, so Firion Sword level up, guys. Fire leveled up as well. Some stats across the board. And kind of infinite Gil. It's an interesting game, still trying to wrap my head around everything going on with the story, but it's an interesting with X Pokemon and custom places. Yeah, for sure. The like sprite work on it is very impressive. Layla, just how much of that did you see? Enough to know you shouldn't be letting your guard down around fetching young ladies, I'd say. Where real princess? Oh, I forgot Guy talk with Simple Word. I have terrible news. We just heard a tournament is being held in Palamecia, and Princess Hilda is the prize. I'm coming with you. I want to help you rescue Hilda. Don't worry, I know just how you feel, Captain. Me and the boys will manage your army. I run a tight ship, no need to fret over us. Okay, so I guess that's our last fight with Layla. Perhaps forever, because I don't think anyone's rejoined the party before. No, we had Gordon briefly before, right? Going through, the dragon fireplace. We totally did. How are your stats? Like, what weapon do you like, my man? Not a spear, but you have come with a spear, so I'm gonna let you live your best life, because we have tridents. You like tridents, buddy? Here, we'll shield you up. We'll give you some armor. Welcome to the team. You're not a spellcaster. You're incapable of doing magic to my memory, so we can just rip the magic interference on you, assuming that magic interference is, in fact, a negative thing. I don't see how interference could not be a negative thing, but we have someone a little tankier now than Layla. Being able to get one hit by Furion, which, it granted, may have been because of the Berserk, but either way. So where exactly is this? You must rescue the princess. I identify that, but they just said that there's going to be a competition and not where it was to my memory. So let's check around. Emperor will attend the tournament. This could be our chance to defeat him. Sounds like the Emperor himself would attend. Okay. Off to face any on their own turf. Where is it? In Finn or something? Wait, what'd you say? I may have talked my share of rubbish to you kids, but I've always liked you. Aw. Thanks, Grand Wizard person. I thought there was something odd about that princess, but a giant snake? I didn't see that coming. I didn't either, buddy. What a salacious moment in the story. There's a prison beneath the Colosseum where they're having the tournament. I bet the princess is being held there. Maybe the princess some kind of prize. I can't stand it. Minwu still hasn't returned from Mysidia. Aw, Minwu is like my family. The princess is the tournament prize. Maybe I should enter. Who am I kidding? I'll be killed. Even the Dracoons couldn't stand against the might of the Empire. Yeah, heck the Empire. I hope the princess is alright. Take care, Prince Gordon. Palamessia lies to the far south of Kashwan. The monsters living in the Palamessian desert are said to be very tough, so be careful. Okay, so we're going to Palamessia. We're really not going to Finn yet? I feel like there's something... I feel like there's something very odd about that. Surely we should be getting our party member. I thought Palamessia was like their big main area. I guess it is their big main area because it's like we're going on their turf. Regardless, let's heal up now. We have Gordon instead of Layla, which isn't going to change too much, except to my memory, no offense to the Gordon lovers out there, but Gordon wasn't exactly ripping damage previously. I want to check, do we have anything that's like a generic cure-all here? No, there are elixirs, which is cool, but they're also quite expensive. I will stock up on a good chunk of ethers, because those have a lot of like varied use in the world. We can be a lot more generous with spending our MP if we do that. So hopefully that'll be a good investment of coin. I'm sure I'll reach a shop in like the new town and it'll be like, congratulations, now you need like 400,000 to get Ultra Giga Flare or something. And I'll be like, shoot, I want Ultra Giga Flare. Now I know I'm going back in here, but I don't remember exactly where they said it was. To the south of Kashwan. All right, so it's going to be the southeast part of the map, I guess. My controller absolutely has some stick drift going on it now. I guess stick drift might be the wrong term, but when I go down, sometimes it goes up for a while, which is kind of alarming. Alright, so let's look where Kashwan is. Kashwan, I believe, is the one in that circle over there, next to Chocobo Forest. And they said it was in the desert as well. Okay, so we have a reason to go in that desert now. Perfect. So, we know where we're going, hopefully. We did our due diligence, we asked around. I should not be doing these specific spells, but that's fine. What the heck? Guy got Fire 6 and it looks crazy now? How did Guy get a higher level of magic than Furion or Maria? I guess Maria's cure is still pretty high, admittedly, but still. Guy is like the closet spellcaster. Suddenly he's just incredibly powerful. Okay, Spear leveled up for Gordon. We'll get a little bit more damage on Gordon as time goes on, but it'll just take a little while to really ramp it up. I'm really surprised we just had like an open party member slot effectively for the entire game. I was pretty confident we would have had it filled, it's annoying ambush, had it filled by now by our fourth party member, but maybe our fourth party member just never fills it. I don't know. Again, this is my first time going through FF2, so it could go really either way. Should I just park here? I should absolutely park here. It's the ideal park spot, in fact. I was gonna do something, I don't remember what it was. I guess it wasn't anything important. When in doubt, if you forgot something, surely it wasn't important. I think we're gonna start trying to level up warp and teleport again. I doubt it's a good idea. Oh, we might have to actually switch over to using fire. Never mind, we can apparently teleport Adamantoises now. I wonder if we could have teleported the boss too. I don't think I've successfully teleported or warped a boss yet, so I've been kind of in the air. But maybe it's possible. I do think we need to re-queue this one so it's an AoE now. Hopefully these antlines aren't that strong, or we can get a good chunk of them with our first few spells. Heck. They're kind of strong. Okay, they're extremely strong, and I was wrong to assume that they weren't strong. Paralysis is so annoying. Very unforked knife. I guess it's not that annoying. I hope we can get ribbons eventually, though. Ribbons are so iconic. It's really weird, because, like, I feel like most people, when they think of, like, Final Fantasy, it's like, you know, crystals, or depending on, like, what era of Final Fantasy, you're like the Buster Blade or something. But I feel like ribbon is, like, the most iconic Final Fantasy thing. They said it was to the south, so I'm going to assume it's further down here than up. But also, it could be, like, hidden somewhere in a dune, and I just don't know. Hopefully with 3 of them, it won't matter as much now. Assuming we land a warp or teleport, it'll be really good for us. We're still fine. There's only 2 left. Ribbons are so good. They really are, though. Super significant. Heck, I really want teleport and warp to work. They work like once, and then I get like a taste of it. I'm like, I just teleported a mini boss, basically. Like, surely this is it. We made it. And then I'll spam it, and it won't work for the next, like, 45 casts, and then it'll work again. Hey, we got a warp in a teleport level up, so maybe that'll be what we needed. A little bit more MP for Maria as well. Okay, these things are freaky. I understand that they're supposed to be like manta rays, but they're freaky. Hey, Wise Wolf, nice to see ya. Welcome, welcome. No, don't paralyze. Why does everything in the desert paralyze? I mean, I guess it makes sense if these are like stingrays, because I kind of think that's like their thing, right? Their tail is like shocky or poisony or something. But they're also really freaky, and I don't like them. I have like another... fear is the wrong word for it. I really don't like Cyclopses. They freak me out like a lot. Like, perhaps a concerning amount. It's probably over in the east here in the foresty area. There we go. I was gonna say I didn't find it. So this is just Colosseum itself. Perhaps we should save outside just in case. Although I think this game auto-saves, which goes absolutely crazy. I'm willing to bet that that is a pixel remaster thing rather than a base game thing. But maybe it was a base game thing. That person looks profoundly evil. Oh, it's the Emperor. You know, that explains it. May you fight well to save the victor goes to Hilda, or to the victor goes Hilda, Princess of Fynn. I kind of forgot Fynn was like our place. It's been a little bit. I was gonna say it's a Minotaur, but it's not in fact a Minotaur. It's a Manticore, which is kind of like a Minotaur, I think. Just like if you change its dimensions. Behemoth, alright. That actually looks so cool. Jokes aside, that Behemoth design is really, really cool. I should try to warp it, right? Surely I should try to warp it. Every part of my body says I should try to warp this. I'm gonna try and warp it. What if we warp it, hypothetically? Okay, so it looks like Gordon's gonna be doing 0 the entire fight, so we'll just have Gordon on potion duty. Got our protect and shells up. It do be hitting like a truck, but what if we warp it, hypothetically? I should really give some healing magic to Guy. Guy is getting really good at healing, or at least good at magic, I should say. I need to accept the fact that I'm not going to teleport or warp a boss, but it's really tough to come to terms with it. Because, like, what if we do, hypothetically? That's what gets me every time, is I'll always be like, this is dumb, don't do it, it's just not going to work. And I'm like, but what if it does? And then I could continue to just like absolutely spam it and it just never pans out. But I mean, most of the bosses have been pretty easy so far anyways, right? Cool. With Berserk up, we'll be able to hit it. I can't believe we warped it. Did we not get any rewards from it because we warped it, maybe? Surely we would normally get rewards. Maybe there's no rewards in this fight because of Colosseum. I can't believe the warp just worked. That was actually like the highlight of everything. That made it all worth it. We did get some experience out of it, so maybe there's just no rewards to that. Nobly fought, now let's give you your just reward. This is your chance to slay the Emperor. Honestly, we're wrapping up FF2 today. Let's do it. Surely the Emperor is like, maybe not the final boss, but like a big part of it. Here's your reward, a reward befitting for a Rebel Furian. It's nothing. Oh, it's the Dark Knight person. Throw them in a cell. I'm still like kind of in the crowd that's believing that our friend is the Dark Knight. But it's not making a ton of sense. I think it's Maria's brother actually, right? When I say our friend, I mean, I don't know if the Dark Knight is actually Maria's brother. A sturdy iron gate blocks the way. Holy moly. I don't know who Paul is with the bowl cut, but they absolutely have showed up. This is for rescuing me from the mines. I pay my debts. Oh, I see. I forgot about you. Now get out of here before they catch you. Paul, thanks for paying your debt, buddy. I completely forgot you were in the mines. Alright, so we're out of our cage now. I don't think we can cross water. Oh, we can. Perfect. Cool, so we can go grab that loot over there. I can't believe we warped that thing. It's just monsters. I don't know what I expected. It's actually a pretty significant amount of monsters, too. So obviously, since we successfully warped one thing, we're back to the warp and teleport meta for sure. I see no way for this to be a negative thing in the slightest. And it is definitely worth hard committing to. Warping and teleporting 8 enemies. Oh my god, I love it so much. I don't know why. It brings a smile to my face to warp and teleport things. Fire is so heckin' loud. I guess it's just layering the magic over itself. They don't really do much damage, so I'm gonna just do the same thing in hopes that we land a few warps and teleports again. Except switching guy over to attack, mainly so I don't blow my ears out. I can't believe we actually warped a boss. Maybe it didn't count as a boss and that's why. I don't know. I'm just very happy it happened. It was kind of like overdue, sort of. I guess not overdue, but I was really hoping it would. We are absolutely farming them. Gordon's spear leveled up, and there is some MP as well for Maria, some health for Gordon, and an antidote, which is, honestly, I'm not super upset to see. There are so many rooms in FF2. If anyone ever asks me what I think of Final Fantasy II after finishing it, I'm sure I'll be like, it was really good, I super enjoyed it, but I'm also going to say there's way too many empty rooms. You remember the review for Pokemon Sapphire and Ruby back in, like, 2003 or whatever it was, that was like, I guess it was actually Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, so it was probably later than that. But it was like too much water, too many empty rooms is how I feel about this. Call me a garbage game reviewer if you want, but it's true, there's too many empty rooms. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Not every room's gonna have treasure in it, right? But there's a lot of them. I know I'm being a greedy adventurer and I should just like suck it up and be happy that like there's something to explore. The point of exploration is exploration, not the treasure. So surely I should just be fine with that. Okay, maybe warp works on bosses and teleport works on enemies, because so far like teleport is ripping on normal enemies, but warp has worked on exactly one boss. Maybe warp is just like the boss killer and teleport's not. I don't know how they would possibly code that in, but it might be. It's the possibility that does it for me, right? Did we check that room on the right? I don't think we did. No, this had the treasure in it. Actually, we totally did. It's about the journey, not the destination and all that. And the treasure is part of the destination, so we shouldn't care about it. I guess it's more about the journey, actually. So we have a stair and a door. I'm going to take stair first, see where it puts me. Colosseum B1, and there's another stair there. Let's go out the door instead and see where the door leads. I imagine we're going back to the surface. This is literally the door I came through. Crazy. I thought it was a different door. I thought I came through a door to the northwest. But that was just a wall, which is kind of like a door if you close your eyes and don't think about it too much. I'm going to waste all of my MP doing warp and teleport now. It's so back. I genuinely lost faith for a little bit. I was like, I should be spending my time leveling fire, leveling thunder, get some ice in there or blizzards. Like, clearly that's what we need. But it turns out all you truly need is to spend all of your MP on warp and teleport. Because the goblins are lonely, and we need to warp and teleport more things over to them. Oh, there's actually 2 captains here. These are kind of a tough fight, right? Maybe I should be careful. I mean, we do quite a bit of damage now. If they would stop hitting Maria, that would be pretty cash money. Okay, I did not think you'd get a 5 hit when last time your partner hit for like 40, but that's fair. Honestly valid. I think you have life, you do have life. That cure came a little earlier than I would have liked, but that's fine. Surely we won't KO. Alright, cool. We'll have Maria do a heal this time. I feel like every time Maria cures, she gets really heavy priority in the turn. I wonder if that's the way it is. Maybe it's just in my head because Maria is just kind of quick normally. Kind of a tough fight for a random fight, right? That wasn't a chest or anything. A death tome. Is that like the death note, but less steps required? Completed 50% of the beast here. I guess we are probably about halfway through the game. Kind of guessing on that one. Warp and blink. We have a boatload of blink tomes, apparently. Kills the target instantly when used in battle. You know what, guy? You can have death. Maybe that's a rare tome, but you're getting pretty good at spellcasting, and I don't want everyone to, like... I guess it's better to say I want everyone to have their own unique version of one-hitting the enemy. And Guy doesn't need something like teleport or warp. That's too many incantations, too many words, you know? Why use teleport when death do job? Whoops, wrong item. That's probably overkill for how much MP we need, but I want to keep it a little bit high. Oh my gosh, princess, hello. Anyways, back to the grind set. Except now we're adding death into the equation. We are actually going to kill people so slowly with none of these land... You know what? That makes sense. I thought that was like the best roll of all time. Oh goodness, we get stoned here. We don't really want that. I was thinking that death rolled like crazy, but it turns out it did not in fact roll like crazy. And instead, the enemies are healed by death because they're undead, which makes complete sense, to be honest. It's basically a Phoenix down for them, I have to imagine. Or maybe an elixir. But I was very impressed by it. I wonder if that's a good way to train XP on it. Maybe you get more XP when it succeeds, so you can just like spam death on undead things. Probably not. Death didn't level up from that, so it's probably just amount of cast or something. Okay, these should be fine to warp and whatnot, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So... Oh, you're still stoned. Okay, I didn't realize that'd be a thing. For some reason I thought it's actually cleaned up out of battle, but it certainly doesn't. So let's fix that really quick. And we need to redo our autos again, because if not, we're going to Gold Needle automatically, which we don't really want to do. Whoops, so we will do an AoE warp. There's probably a boss in here, and it's probably tough, so maybe I don't want to spend down too much on the MP. You know what, let's just play safe for now. We'll save MP. I hadn't considered there could be another boss. We did warp one of them, so like, they're probably just like a weak one. Last time they gave us a boss fight on the way out of an area, to my memory, it was when we were leaving the mine, and it was really, really easy. I'm guessing we won't be able to open the cage, but hopefully we can. That's 3 chimeras, which I think are also a boss somewhere. It's actually kind of scary. I shouldn't have auto-attacked. Okay, we killed one at least. I think they can do like flare or whatever. It's some AoE magic. We're good. I'm hoping when going in lieu of having Maria attack, it is Blaze, okay. Almost Flare. Blaze and Flare are like basically the same thing. If you think about it, not much. Getting some cure training in I think is also kind of a good idea though, so I'm not too upset with spamming it on auto here. I don't know what level spells max at, but healing only 100 per AoE cure now isn't totally keeping up with some of the damage we can see, I feel. So, I mean, it takes 15 turns to fully heal our team with it, so surely it's not that good. Spending like all the ethers so quickly. I really should be more careful with my mana. This is a rough fight. I think I'm gonna just flee from it. 4 Chimeras is a lot of input. Oh, maybe we just can't. Right now we can. We totally can. Of course we can. This feels a lot more palatable. We'll go back to saving MP since we're stuck in a dungeon right now. If we get back to the overworld, I'll probably spend a good chunk of it. Oh my gosh, 2 fire tomes and 2 other tomes. Princess Hilda, hold on, we'll get you out of there. Okay, but what if this is another whatever it was? Allow me, Hilda, are you alright? Gordon, I never thought I'd see you here. Gordon, take the princess and go. We'll draw the guard's attention while you escape. Thank you, Varian. Be careful. Honestly, this rescue operation kind of went, like, really easy. Surprisingly so. I didn't think we'd just be able to, like, walk up to the cage and walk out. I am going to flee again. 4 Chimeras is kind of a lot. I hope we don't take more damage when we're fleeing because we're facing backwards. I could see that being a mechanic, though. Alright, looks like no reason to be there, so hopefully we just kind of head out now. Unfortunate ambush, but I don't know if these enemies really do much. Apparently they charm and heal on hit, which is kind of doing something. We have crossed 4-digit health on all of our characters. Surprisingly, Maria pulled ahead of Furion, which I didn't quite see coming. The single target one does heal a crazy amount, though. I guess it's just because it's split 4 ways for the AoE that it's not quite as impressive. We just keep getting ambushed now. Okay, I didn't know these enemies had Blizzard 8. Thankfully, it does, like, no damage. It's so weird. You would think, like, alright, here's spell level 8. It's gonna absolutely conk us, but it really doesn't do much. I feel like there's a crazy amount of encounters in this area, so I'm kind of eager to get out of here. Especially when we're down a party member, our fights take a lot longer. I mean, not dramatically longer, because oftentimes I'm just spamming warp or teleport, and the teammate is, like, doing minimal damage. Okay, we're back to Coliseum 1F. I assume we're basically free to go now. I don't see anything else up here. Did we draw the guard's attention successfully? I hope so. I mean, we left. There wasn't exactly many to see. The counter rate would drive me crazy. I kind of get it. Like, it sort of drives me crazy a little bit, too. It's, like, not the end of the world. Like, you got used to it. I think there's a setting, too, in the game to, like, turn off encounters. So it's like, they know it's a little high, but you can opt out of it. But I want the authentic experience whenever possible. Ignoring my Final Fantasy 1 playthrough where, like, I turned off encounters because I was so lost and had to look around. I wonder if you get more ambushes when you're playing a bunch. It's probably just, like, bias because it happened a few times now, though. Okay. I was gonna say back to our boat. That's 3 turtles. You know I can warp those. Or maybe teleport. I don't remember which one it was. Teleport and warp are kind of the same thing in my mind. Cool. So we made it back here. Let's do some cures from Furion because Furion's got a lot more MP to spend. We'll just single target him. I think it's like more efficient in total to just do a single target. I assume we go back to Altair now. I can't imagine we go anywhere else because we've successfully gone to the Colosseum and rescued the princess, so hopefully that's the right path. If not, and they were like, you were supposed to go fight this guard at this specific area to get them out safely, then whoops. But How the heck would I know? We did say we'd distract the guards, but like, I just walked out the front door. We got ambushed by a goblin. Alright, you know what? Goblin, you got 3 choices. It's warp, teleport, or death. Which one do you want? Alright, warp it is. It genuinely, like, really does not get off, like, adventurers saving the world vibes when you're going around warping things to other dimensions and just casting death on them. I would love to rest up, thank you very much. This is, like, unheard of for me in Final Fantasy II. And this is not a jab at Final Fantasy II, but more myself, that I actually just, like, found where we needed to go relatively quickly, did the job, and then came back. It looks like everyone that was in here is now out now, so I'm guessing the town has changed and people are, like, doing a little better to rebuild it, hopefully. That does not bode well. That is unfortunate, unless they're standing in town somewhere. The Rebel army has arisen. Our first move will be to retake Castle Finn. Alright, that's good. Prince Gordon and Princess Hilda has pitched a camp near Finn. Perfect. I should have talked to you. Should there immediately lend your strength to the cause? Perfect. Awesome. Never mind. That's fine. I was like, surely I've messed it up again. It has been absolutely gubbed, and we will now need to deal with the fact that we have messed it up. Oh, I have single target cast right now. That's not good. What is the success rate on those, I wonder? I'm going to do some training on the way. Just because we have a few more ethers. I wish I could move my spells around. Heck, I single casted death again. I didn't mean to. Death is going to be easy to train at the start because it only takes 1 MP to do so. It starts getting really expensive, but I guess that's a nice thing. You get a new spell when you already have like an okay MP pool. You can cast it a good chunk of times. And thankfully these enemies can't hit us, so it's just like spending some MP to train, I think. I don't actually know. For all I know, these enemies could be so low level that they just don't give any experience for the magic at all. Haven't the fuzziest how it works. But I'm hoping that at least Death will train on it, even if Warp and Teleport don't. Game spell system is interesting in a good way. Yeah, no, I love it. All the training and like level ups in this game are super interesting. Though I'll admit that I do miss like the concept of being able to just like have a character that reaches like level 99. There is an appeal to that to me. Final Fantasy III is really, really good with that. Oh, cool. We did level up Death. That's something. Oh, is that the tents over there? That's probably what it is. I don't remember those small mountainous region. I think we'll pop into that other town, heal up really quick, because we've just spent like a chunk of MP, not a crazy amount, so it'll be cheap to heal up. May as well do it while we're here, because I'm willing to bet there's probably not a place to heal up inside the tent. The tent actually kind of gives me like, I don't want to say it gives me trauma per se for another game, but in Shining Force, there's like a really tough encounter that I feel like is like where the game difficulty spikes, but it's in a circus tent specifically. And when I was playing through it a few years ago, I was using like an HD upscale mod type thing, and it absolutely like super broke when I got to that part, like broke really badly. And I couldn't figure out how to fix it. And I ended up having one of my friends help me, and she fixed it. And I don't know how she did it, but she's very much like the computer wizard type. Alright, so here's the rebel camp. What do we got to say here? We're taking back the castle! We've breached the castle gates, enemies in disarray. Oh my gosh, are we finally getting our party member? Do I misremember that our party member should be in Finn? Maybe not. Maybe our party member just like disappeared at one point. You're to be the heart of our attack. While we hold the bulk of the Imperial forces at bay, you'll slip in and kill the Castellan. I don't know what a Castellan is, to be honest with you. Period, Maria, Guy, I owe you my life. It would appear you also deserve credit for destroying the Dreadnought. I don't know how I could ever thank you enough. Wild Rose, do not fear, I am the true princess. Ah, okay. What's this? I could swear you were blushing. You don't want to see about the pendant, right? It wasn't a ring, it was a pendant. Alright, I guess there's nothing to do here for now other than to proceed onwards. I'm gonna talk once more to make sure that there's no other terms we need. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, Wild Rose would have came in real crazy in that situation. I think we should just start Wild Rosing people like immediately to kind of weed out any imposters. Look at Maria's MP, almost at, I guess it's over 400, I was gonna say almost 400. Yeah, the gate's open now. All right, let me poke in the city really quick. I assume there's nothing normally. Yeah, Finn appears to be unchanged. Great, well, we're gonna follow our job then, because we've explored Finn a couple times now. I do remember these enemies being far too strong for us when we first arrived here. It does appear we've grown a little bit in the meantime. Those Charming is so annoying. Okay, so looking at the layout, there is a place to the southwest, a place in the center, and a bunch of treasure to the north. So let's start with the treasure, which is hopefully not monsters. Yeah, it feels cool coming to Castle Finn. I'm trying to think of an analog from another game, but I can't think of one on the spot where, like, you know there's somewhere you're gonna have to go at one point, but just can't. I really love that we finally found a bow that just absolutely rips as well. Please do not fire 5 me. My bones are not fireproof. Those things drop tomes so much. Ton of gil from there as well. Paid for some of my Aethers, I suppose. Wonder what the boss here is gonna be. Surely it's gotta be like a story relevant boss and not just like... I mean, they said the Castellan, right? I still don't know what a Castellan... I'm assuming Castellan is like one who has to, like, leads a castle, maybe? Surely the castle part is like the relevant part, and the end part is just like someone that's in a castle. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Oh, hey Layla, what's going on? Oh, Layla's gonna rejoin us, I bet, actually, because we're down a party member now. So let's quickly go grab Layla so we don't miss out on some XP, assuming that's what's gonna happen right there. You don't want to be hacking your way deep into enemy territory without me. Welcome back, Layla. I assume we need to re-equip Layla, because I think every time someone leaves the party, it unequips them. Let us take some time to do that, although Layla's poor stats are so low. Oh my gosh, I just realized that Layla is left-handed. How peculiar. I don't think I've ever noticed that before, that a character could be left-handed. I just assumed favorite hand was the one that you would put, like, you know, they just assumed that right hand is where your bow and stuff would go. Very interesting. I didn't realize that was a thing. Very cool. Let's look at your stats. I don't think I did anything strange on you. You should be Sworded Dagger, right? Yeah, it looks to be right. So let's give you a cool sword for your favorite hand. Not the ancient sword. There's a lot of cool swords, but that's not one of them. The lore. Pirates are all left-handed in this universe. That is a really cool touch, though, jokes aside. Apparently the thunder that Layla had before was still buffered up, which is fine. May as well cast it. I really want to get some HP on Layla more than anything. So I'm extra curious now, because Layla was clearly ahead of where you're supposed to progress, but there's that southwest area, so let's go investigate that first if we can. Maybe I saw it wrong and we can't reach it yet, but I thought we could. Yeah, no, it looks super reachable. Let's do that first then, and then we'll go down the middle one, because surely the middle one's the proper path. I don't know why I think it's so cool that they opted to randomly have a left-handed character, but it is very interesting. I think I've told the story before, but like, when I was young, I was sort of left-handed, but my teacher hated it. So she like made a big deal about it until I was like kind of forced into right-handed stuff. I think I'm fine with my right hand for the record. I don't think I like miss out on much. I do think my handwriting kind of suffers from it though. So this just goes up. I'm guessing this will lead to treasure and then kind of be locked out on its own. Okay, it's just 2 rooms. Cool. This kind of reminds me, I know it's very different, but in Final Fantasy 1, one of the later areas is like a floating citadel type thing. It reminds me of that a lot for some reason. Don't charm. Definitely need Layla's damage to go up a little bit. Let's also not be too cautious in spending some cure stuff here. I don't think I'm going to spend too much time farming Warp, Death, and Teleport in here. This feels like an important dungeon. I don't want to get too wacky. Is this like the proper path? What the heck is this room? This place is way too like important looking for it to be like bonus. Did I accidentally stumble on the proper path? I mean, maybe it's something after we take the place back, thinking about it. Not a ripple of imperfection mars the surface of this mirror. Yeah, I don't think I have anything. What? The Wyvern pendant? Wait, why would the pendant do something here? I just picked something arbitrarily because it was new. The image of an egg shimmers in the mirror. Ah, does this mirror just show you what key items are relevant to? No, it was just that one? Okay, I don't really know the point of that. Hopefully we can figure out what that mirror did. Hopefully it wasn't anything bad. I just walked up to it and it was like, you can do something. I'm sure I couldn't speak. Oh, maybe I could speak to the mirror, actually. Let me try to talk to the mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Why did you show me an egg? Okay, no, it doesn't speak. Very peculiar. I'm willing to bet that's like something, but don't know what the heck it would have been. Maybe that's the mirror of skipping 20 years, so our dragon egg will grow up and save us in a little bit. Cool, our damage is really solid now for getting through these chimeras. As long as there's not 4 of them, I don't mind it quite as much. Peculiar though, that mirror. Seems kind of useless though as like a product. Like, I'm sure it's like some mythical thing, but like, imagine you're like, oh, I gotta get a new mirror for my bathroom, and you go and you pick it up, and it doesn't show your reflection, but it will show you an egg if you show it a necklace. Which is kind of useful if you're like, man, I really hope I can see an egg right now, and I happen to have a necklace available, at which point that mirror kind of goes crazy. Other than that, though, I feel like its value falls off. Unless it like has more depth to it, I suppose, which is almost certainly the case. Ooh, these brains are freaky. I don't like them. Okay, that thing just literally did 800 damage and 200 MP almost. I guess it's only like 100 MP in a single action, which is really mean. I guess that's the value of swap. I remember I tried swap once and it put me in a worse position than the boss, I think. Maybe it was only MP swap, I don't remember. Although if you think about it, it's a little bit weird, isn't it? Because a lot of the enemies we fought so far, at least the bosses, seem to have less HP than we do. I swear though when we just fought, I mean, I guess I couldn't see the Manticore's HP. Or I guess it wasn't Manticore, Behemoth HP. But I feel like a lot of bosses are just like weaker than us. It's very peculiar. But they do have really, really high defense, so maybe it bounces out. A Death Tome. The Death Tome. Oh yeah, we'll just basic attack. I should have focused the brains, actually. I don't want to deal with the fact that the brains are going to just swap all my people down to, like, no MP. Maybe they won't do it again. Cool. Losing, like, 300 MP on Maria would really hurt the dream. It wouldn't be, like, devastating, but it would be inconvenient, which is enough for me to complain about it. Another huge boon to MP though. Whoops, I thought we laid everything here. A Toad Tome and a Break Tome. I was told previously that Toad is like ridiculously broken in this game. So I'm probably not going to use it just with that knowledge. Maybe we'll give it to our 4th party member when we get a permanent one. But I've been told that Toad is like ridiculous in this game. That's really the only thing I know about from a power standpoint. It also might just be anecdotal too. What does Aura do? Enhances effectiveness against various enemy types when used in battle. I don't quite know what that means. My guess is that it gives you the modifier of like when a weapon is strong against something that's like an aquatic enemy, maybe? I don't know. Or it just gives you some aura, which there's surely some value to. Ow. Please stop blazing me. Toad more broken in this game than X-Men Legends? Well, I don't quite know how Toad could possibly be broken in an X-Men game. With my extreme lack of X-Men knowledge, I can totally believe it. Is Toad an X-Men? Okay, I kind of missed out. I don't really know superhero stuff very well. Truly showing my lack of culture. But I am interested in learning is the thing. Never seen the Avengers movie. Saw like 15% of an Iron Man once. I have seen a full Captain America movie, but it was 15 years ago, probably. Toad is a mutant on the antagonist side called the Brotherhood. Oh, okay, cool. Cool. I appreciate this reference. I'm sure it's 100% accurate. And my X-Men lore level has gone up a little bit, which makes it level 2, which is good. Actually, I know that Wolverine's an X-Man, right? X-Men. If it's just one of them, is it an X-Man? Probably not. It's monsters. Okay, they put a angry rat at the start of this group, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to a magic ground. Also, just a bunch of them. This is gonna be a little bit loud, maybe. I don't know why the magic is so loud. I mean, I kinda do, but I kinda don't. It's tough to say. Wolverine's an X-Man? Okay, cool. Cool. Wow, Blizzard does like nothing. I guess the undead are probably kind of resistant to Blizzard on account of being like under the ground often. I guess not often, because once a zombie rises up from like being underground, they don't really go back, do they? Do zombies sleep underground? Is it kind of like how a vampire sleeps upside down, but a zombie will opt to just sleep under the dirt because it's more comfortable? It's like it reminds me of home. These are the kind of questions I look to explore today in my TED Talk, and I appreciate you coming. Appreciate the hydrate redeem. I'll absolutely sip to that. We got, unfortunately, ambush, so I plenty of times do it. You stay hydrated as well. Wise Wolf, I appreciate you stopping in. Regardless, hopefully you have a wonderful day, and take care. Okay, so there's a bunch of enemies here. So I think we'll go for the magic AoE again. Really wish Furion didn't get so MP conked so early. It's very unfortunate. Fire 6 is so much louder than every other spell. Also, it did not really do a lot, which is unfortunate. Okay, this could be a really bad fight with stun landing on 3 people. Like, that could actually be really problematic. I think I'm gonna have Furion go for another AoE. I think I'm gonna risk the warp. This might be a terrible idea. It was a terrible idea. I was hoping we'd at least catch some of the sergeants in it. Oh, this is actually really bad. I think we could die here. We're almost certainly going to die here. Crazy unfortunate. I probably should have played more defensively with Furion. It's funny, I was working on a This Is Fine emote for the channel yesterday too. I wish I had finished it because it would be very appropriate right now. Surely one of them snaps out eventually, right? Right? Okay. Okay, what do we do here? I guess the most important thing is to heal up. I wonder what the skull means. It might mean that healing is reversed and Maria's treated as undead right now. I think that's a mechanic in some Final Fantasy. Because of that, I'm not going to risk trying to heal Maria. I think a potion would work fine though, but it's just healing magic might damage Maria. It could also be entirely wrong. It also might not matter. But preventing Maria from going down would be pretty important. I have one elixir which we would rather not use if possible. Okay, that didn't do damage. This is where we stabilize a little bit, but I'd also really like to kill those backliners that did all these debuffs. So if they keep draining, I'm not super thrilled about it, but I'm also not super upset because they're not healing that much. If Maria could just stop being paralyzed for one turn, we'd be in pretty good shape. But I don't actually know if that's possible or not. Alright, that's a big step up right there. Getting rid of one of them stabilizes us a pretty significant amount. We have to avoid... Okay, that's right. Diabolical, to be honest. That's awful. Oh no. They're like, oh, you started killing the sorcerers, huh? Well, check this out. Now our damage is way worse. Oh, I really want to heal Maria, but I think I need to get rid of the sorcerer if it's going to be rip and death and stuff like that. Hopefully most hits go to Furion. If not, Maria's going to go down. Okay, Maria's okay. I'm going to try to... What's our health like? We should have plenty of health. I'm going to go for another high potion on Maria. Again, I'm assuming that healing Maria will hurt Maria. That's why I'm using high potions, but also high potions are going to be stronger than we can heal anyways. This is ideal. Furion taking 4 of the hits is perfect. Maria has finally snapped out of paralysis, which means we're kind of stabilized. I mean, we're basically fully stabilized at this point. They don't have a way to debuff us again, and that's the important thing. I guess I'll try to Basuna. I mean, maybe it's not even worth it, but I don't know what this thing does, and I'm nervous about it. Okay, I don't think Basuna does anything. I'm assuming I can't heal, though. There's nothing else I can assume. It hasn't killed Maria yet. So I'm going to just go ahead and high potion once more. I don't think I'm going to try and get Guy and Layla up. Maybe I will, actually, if we get one more kill. Dang, that went from bad to worse really quickly, but we have stabilized, so I think we're good to go now. My one concern is lifing, like, Guy, and then Guy getting one hit, which is a little bit annoying, but thankfully life is pretty inexpensive here. Okay, Guy came back with 114 health. I thought it would be 1. Maybe Phoenix Down's 1 specifically. Alright, we stabilized. We just don't want Layla to go down this turn if possible. Sweet. Alright, this is fine. Okay, no reset. We got a few life level ups, which is nice, I suppose. My guess is that it restores them with more health. That would be a treat. We got a Death Tome, a Haste Tome, and an Aura Tome, as well as a Mithril Bow and some Gil. And an Aura Tome as well. Now I feel like Aura might be crazy because they've given us a few of them. Really surprised that we made it through that encounter, but we sure heckin' did. Oh, that debuff is still on. So what is it called again? It doesn't have a name, it's just an angry skull emoji. I was able to heal Maria, though. What does it do, I wonder? Oh, is it a curse? It's a curse, alright. I don't know what curse does. Peculiar. So there appears to be loot that's completely inaccessible, so my expectation is an invisible wall somewhere. I think we faced one of those earlier. Battle sure got scary. It really did, but it's fine now. We persevered. If Furion got paralyzed, it was over, but Furion might have immunity to paralysis. I don't remember. I feel like I have some piece of gear that does that, but that might have been Final Fantasy 1. On a related note, I still really love Furion's design. Definitely my favorite character design in the game so far. Haha, I knew it. I could feel it in my bones. In Final Fantasy 3 DS, which is the one that I played a lot of as a kid and really enjoyed, it had this mechanic where you could like pinch the 3DS screen and then it would like zoom it in and you could see sparkles on like hidden items and secret passageways and stuff. It was really interesting. The 3DS was like such a, I guess it was just a normal DS actually, not a 3DS. Another Werebuster. The 3DS was cool though. The DS itself was a really cool console. I've been kind of toying with the idea. They've been selling, I forget what it's called. I think it's like the Thor or something, but it's kind of like a handheld modern day 3DS clone kinda. But they're also like $800, which is not really something I'm looking to spend on some handheld gaming device when I could just load anything on my phone, basically. It's tough, but the authentic feeling of like having that. You ever try to emulate something like Pokemon Ranger? You just can't do it. I mean, you can do it, but like try and draw the swirlies you do for Pokemon Ranger with your mouse. It's really tough. Like having an actual DS would be nice, I suppose. I think I might have one in my closet too, but it's, I don't know. It's just a lot of work to dig it out. Plus, I'm just busy. I like thinking about having cool things in more spare time. That's what I think about, is having more spare time and things to do in the spare time. Oh, this feels so final. All right. We're on floor 4. It looks like there's nothing here besides what I assume is our final encounter. Okay. This is not our final encounter. The encounter after this one is our final encounter. I say final like it's the final of the game, but you know what I mean, like in the dungeon. Surely this is not the final area. I mean, I guess it could be. That would really throw me off, though. If the game just ends and we don't have a proper fourth party member, I'd be very, very surprised. Alright, cool. So this is Gotos, I believe. Rebels here. Where are my soldiers? No, it can't be. This is all a trap. What? Okay, Gotos, you look diabolical. You look like you're about to monologue for the next 20 minutes. Once more, I will treat this as if it is a... What if I warp it, though? What if instead of protecting and shelling, I just warp, hypothetically? I was really hoping it's gonna work on the first one. Okay, you've hasted up. Alright, now I take you seriously. I was not taking you seriously before because I'm used to kind of like clowning on everything, but now that you've hasted, it's different. Also, we should certainly teach haste to someone as well, because I don't think we have that one. Guess we'll check to see what magic you're weak to, rip a berserk, and then keep attacking. Blizzard is fine. Your defense is quite high, surprise, surprise. Berserk 2 goes up though, so our team is looking pretty mighty here. Okay, I didn't realize that you actually had no chill. That was my bad. I thought you had some chill. But unfortunately, you lack any semblance of chill and instead just hit me for 800 on my guest party member. Oh no, I autoed up another life. I'm dumb. Okay, like I said before, for some reason the bosses just don't have any HP. Rather easy encounter. That's definitely just peculiar, though. I feel like it should be a lot harder to fight the bosses. Maybe we're just over strong because we've wandered around so much. Berserk leveled up is quite nice. Furion gets some HP. Maria as well. Bacchus's wine. We have defeated the enemy commander, if nothing else. And it was a lot easier than that one ambush fight. Okay, cool. I guess we took Finn back fully. I was thinking that our Maria's brother would be here, but I guess not. So good to finally be back. This would never been possible if we not work together. I thank you all. Alright, cool. So what do we do now? Something's still troubling me. Minu left for Mysidia, but we've not heard from him since. It pains me to ask you this so soon after winning back our castle. Would you go to Mysidia? Can I learn Mysidia from you first? That's more important. The valiant dragoons of Dice are no more, but you're with us now. Our hopes rest with you. There's a place in this castle called the Mirror Chamber. It has the power to call wyverns, but the wyvern is yet to hatch. Okay, so I guess we figured out what that mirror is. We'll want to come back once the wyvern is hatched, but I thought it was supposed to be like 20 years or something. The city is the land of mages. Without the aid of their magic, defeating the Empire will not be easy. I heard that a spell sometimes referred to as the ultimate magic lies within the Mysidian Tower. Obtaining it requires 2 masks. Can you explain to me what mask you're talking about? The white mask rests beneath this very castle. You must recite an incantation to open the door that leads below. The words Ekmet Telos have been passed down from antiquity. A lot of words to learn here. Forgive me, I'm afraid I don't know the door's location. Alright. So the white mask is in here. We haven't been told about the other one yet, but I assume it's a black mask as well, so that there's white and black magic. It's in the castle. You don't know where the door is. Okay. Could have never retaken Castlefin without your help, but one problem, Minwu still hasn't come back. Go to Mysidia. With his majesty gone, no one knows this castle better than Hilda. If she doesn't know, Paul just might. He's always calling himself the greatest crook in the world after all. The Mysidian Tower is rumored to be the house of the Ultima Tome, a text containing the ultimate magic. I almost didn't learn about Ultima Tome. I'm certain it would prove invaluable in the struggle against the Emperor. Okay, I don't think I missed any other terms here. We did learn Ultima Tome. We gotta always listen for that sound. I don't want to miss it out. Okay, so we want to get the Ultima Tome. It's beneath the castle, but we don't know where the door is. I kind of have a hunch of where it is, actually. Not exactly, but I remember when we came in here, there was like a very obvious outside area. The antechamber's right this way. Prince Gordon awaits. Second floor of Castlefin. Will not rest until peace and restored to the world. Look, I'm just glad we took back Castlefin. It's a small victory for us. I guess it's kind of a big one. Princess Hilda and Prince Gordon are waiting in the audience chamber. What could have happened to Minwu? He left for Mysidia and never returned. It's rumored that a secret connected to the Mysidian Tower lies hidden beneath the castle. It's true, we have heard that rumor. I hear there's many ancient books in Mysidia. If you can find them, I'm sure they'll prove helpful. Did we ever get to that room over there? I don't think we did. Okay, so I was thinking about that room on the left, but what's up with that room on the right? And those stairs over there, I don't think I ever accessed those either. Surely we should try to find the mask while we're here. We know the term for it. There's also treasure that appears inaccessible. I'm guessing that up there in the upper right is really what's keeping us hidden. At least it's easier to explore around now a bit. Really? No wall? I figured for sure it'd be something here. Oh, there's one. The Giant's gloves, which I believe are pretty useful. Okay, so it's just a strength though. I mean, that's still nice. I was thinking that Giant's gloves would have a spell on them in this game, but they don't appear to. Very peculiar. Heck, I was really sure we could go up here. How do we get those other stairs? How weird. I know there's somewhere, but where doth they be? Maybe I should rub my face on literally every wall in this castle, since apparently there's quite a few secrets in it. Maybe it's behind the throne. People love hiding things behind the thrones. Never mind. It could also be something we can't access yet because we simply don't know where it is. Surely if like the princess doesn't know... I mean, it did say that Paul would know, so we should probably check with Paul before just trying to like rub our head on everything. We could also do that, but where would Paul be is the question. I'm guessing Paul's not in the castle on account of Paul being like a great treasure hunter. Mirror chamber lies top of these steps. We've gone up there already, so I assume I don't have to go back. But you know what? Just to be safe, just in case, I'm going to go back up to that room. Because clearly we were told about it. Yes, we were there before, but we were told about it, so it could be that Paul is just like trying to steal a mirror. It's like, how the heck am I going to get this out of here? There's no battles here anymore, so we may as well just take a little bit of time to poke up here. We'll also check the pendant again while we're here. I assume it's going to be an egg once more, though. I don't think enough time has passed. That would be super interesting if the game actually tracked like your time from getting the egg, and after like 2 hours passed or whatever it hatched. Looks like no luck on a wyvern for our party yet. Maybe that's like our 4th party member is a wyvern. That would actually go so crazy. Memories once more pop up of Shining Force because there were just so many unique party members, one of which was a dragon, but I think people generally agree that the dragon party member was profoundly weak, which is very unfortunate. I think maybe in the remake or something they were better. I don't know. I never played the remake. Cool. So... we know where the Cave of Mysidia is, actually. We accidentally stumbled there at one point. And I don't know if we could have progressed in it, but clearly this is where we need to go, right? Or maybe it's close to where we need to go. My brain is now completely forgetting where Mysidia is. I remember them mentioning Mysidia, but where was it? Did you say? So a secret connected to the Mesidian Tower lies there, for sure. But do we even need to go to the cave? I mean, our goal right now is to figure out how to get the 2 masks, right? Can we not go in the cave without the mask? Is that what it was? And the cave has our thing? Okay, Minwu left for Mysidia, not heard from him since. I want to go to Mysidia. Where is Mysidia? Tell me that, please. It's the land of mages. Without the aid of their magic, defeating the Emperor will not be easy. I heard. Okay, but where is it? I mean, surely Mysidia is just that continent, then, that lower one. So I guess we'll go there, because if the Mysidian Caverns there, clearly Mysidia is down there as well. So that's where our destination will be. I'm going to assume we can't access the tower yet, though, because we haven't seen Paul. I don't know where Paul would be, though. Last time we saw Paul, we were being rescued, right? And then Paul just hecked off. I guess we'll go into Fynn itself to see how it's changed. Maybe Paul's here somewhere. We could have never recaptured Fynn without your thanks. Or your help, excuse me. You took out the big boss. Wow, yeah, we're kind of awesome. Being able to live here again makes it feel like a dream come true. Fynn stars again at once. The standard of the Wild Rose flies high over Fynn once more. You went to Paul's house yet? You certainly seem overjoyed to be back in his own home. No wonder, really, he'll probably have all such a stolen loot stashed in there. Well, there you go. Paul lives in Fynn. I guess it makes sense. Everyone in Altair, or at least a good chunk of people in the hideout, were natives to Fynn. Don't forget that we played the part we played taking Fynn back. Sure, buddy. I'm sorry for like absolutely hyping myself up there and making it seem like I had done everything. A place to revive, which I don't think we've actually used one of them yet. I remember doing Final Fantasy 1, Vivi died like 2 feet into the game. We've taken Fynn back, but the war isn't over yet. The decisive battle will be fought once Minwu returns from Mysidia. A golden shield. Wow, an improvement on everyone's shield stat, it seems. The Giant's Helm, which is also quite inexpensive, but it does have magic interference. Golden armor and golden cuirass. I never know how to say that word. These are cheap enough where I can buy them without really sweating it too much. I don't know if they'll be worth it, but I'm gonna buy them anyways. Yep, that's just a huge armor up from silver to gold, so we'll take that one. Gold hairpin. It seems to be less on the magic interference, so maybe I'll run that. Assuming magic interference causes like spells to fail more often. We'll take the giant one there though, and then hairpin's fine there. We'll upgrade everyone to gold. I'm surprised that golden armor is just worse than a cuirass, or however you say it. Very surprising. I guess I just don't know exactly what it is, so... It seems odd to me, but I'm sure there's some logic behind it. Let us spend a little time leveling up your cure. Because we're gonna go... oh! I think I just misinput a teleport. Which is kind of an oopsie. But I figure if we're gonna go to the inn anyways, we may as well get some magic leveling up, and I think we should hit up the inn before we leave here. Obviously, we're still looking for Paul's house as well. Does this inn have a room with 6 beds, actually? Wait, that's crazy. I thought inns only had 4 bedrooms, but they have a 6-bedroom here. That's a teaser that we're gonna have a 6-people party and can only rest here. 6-person party. 6 people. So we have Dispel, Mini, Fog, and Slow. May as well grab one of each. I don't know how useful to be. At least in Final Fantasy 3, things like Toad and Mini have some use, even if you're not using them offensively, because, well, 1, they're like mechanically useful, but 2, if you cast Toad on someone that's become a Toad, they'll untoad, which is quite useful. So I think we'll use those. The spell removes barriers that defend against elemental attacks, so this actually cleanses offensive barriers, which is interesting, or like Shell and Protect. Mini we'll give to Maria. Slow we will give over to Guy. I feel like Guy would enjoy having Slow. And we'll give Fog over to Furion. Just spread it out a little bit here, just to have him. I do think there's an upper limit on how many spells we can have in total, so we might have to forget them at some point, but it'll be fine for now. That must be the house we're looking for. Didn't you run through that one dungeon in FF3 where you're Mini the whole time? Yes, I love it so much. I always think about that too. Okay, it's definitely Paul's house. Furion, you old devil, how you been? Alright, Paul was like really cool, and now Paul is like even cooler. If you need to know about secret doors in Castle Finn, I'm your man. I don't suppose you could just tell me what's inside the secret chamber, just curious. A white mask? That doesn't sound particularly valuable. Nope, not interested, so I guess I'll tell you where the door is. Look, in the far corner of the audience chamber to the right of the throne, I was like literally a few feet away from it. I walked over to that specific corner and was like, I must be right. So you're collectors too. Just what do you need a mask like that for anyways? Nothing to learn, nothing to say. Cool. So it was to the right of the throne in the audience chamber. Great, so we can go do that really quick. We'll hit up the weapon shop because there could be something here. And then we'll go, hopefully, I want to say rescue Minwu, but Minwu might just be fine. Minwu might be like, I gotta kick back for a little bit. They just sell werebusters here. Crazy stuff. We have enough of the stuff here. We have all this like in our storage, so I'm not really sweating it. Something I should do while we're here is probably buy some ethers. I kind of wish they sold high ethers. Maybe they do here. That would be a nice boon. Oops, wrong shop. But having some ethers is really, really nice. They're just so useful, especially if you're training magic and stuff on the go. Granted, they give so little MP that it's unfortunate now. But again, they're cheap, so it's fine. We won't sweat it. Alright, fantastic. So, let's go into the castle. I almost just left without the mask. Let's go to the castle and try and get the mask now. So, it's in the audience chamber to the right of the thrones, which is where I walked and I was like, man, that floor sure is peculiar because it almost looked like little teleporty squares or something. This area here. Ah, dang it. A small gap appears in the wall. It's a secret door. I wonder if we couldn't have seen it beforehand, maybe. Cool. Well, this explains why we found an area that made no sense in the area before, with stairs going downwards that are completely inaccessible. Oh, interesting. There's like a... Oh, no, we were in this basement before, right? No, were we not? This looks a lot like the basement we were in before, but I don't think it was Castle Finn's basement, right? It just reminds me of the Colosseum, I guess. Maybe castle architecture just like looks the same in this world. They just have one person that does castles, and when they do it, they really do it. Is knife like the really old weapon? It is. Cool. Well, we got a knife. It makes sense since this is technically like where the game starts, right? Treasure in the northwest, in the east, and then a door. We'll go for the door first and kind of go counterclockwise around the room. Hopefully Layla can get some HP through here. I don't dislike Layla in the party. Minwu is definitely the coolest party member so far, I think, but Layla's health being so low is so problematic. Not much that Layla can do about it, mind you, but... I guess I can try to attack Layla. Does attacking your own party member give you HP XP? That'd be kind of messed up if I did it. I guess if I punched it wouldn't be bad. Potentially, but I think you can also build yourself as a monk in this, so maybe punching would go crazy. Oh, I forgot it's empty rooms. What if those rooms aren't actually empty though? Hold on. I didn't consider the fact that they could just be like full of really cool loot. But it's all like invisible or something. Also, these enemies are so strange. I mean, I appreciate them healing up my party, but should I not be killing them? Like, they're like these evil spirits that just go around curing everyone. Surely they're not that evil if that's what they do. I guess if they're curing the bad guys, it's not so good. Sweet. So, hopefully some cool loot up here. Eye drops is sort of cool. I should not have basic attack this fight. Everything dies in one hit, I think, so it's fine. But I think I probably would have done some AoE magic. Maria's MP total is getting so high from all that casting. I'm weighing the pros and cons of trying to level warp and teleport more in here. We probably will in the next encounters. There's not really any high stakes here, and I think we'll be able to heal up again before we fight anything tough. Assuming there's not some random boss, but even then, we have so much MP right now, heck. I accidentally did teleport on one target. Okay, we don't actually want to do death here, though. We learned that. I think I'm going to level Berserk instead, but we will spend some time leveling magics here. Hopefully you can level Berserk by multicasting it in one fight. I'm assuming that's how it works. We want to keep an eye on Layla's health too, because if Layla takes too many hits, it'll be very bad. I don't really know the penalty for getting KO'd though. There might not be a meaningful one. In a lot of Final Fantasy games, if you're knocked out, you don't get experience from a fight, but being that experience functions differently here, it might not matter basically at all. But obviously it's less turns of being able to cast and do things, so there's some downside to it. Surely this is like the last turn here. Okay, maybe not. Giving Thunder too much credit. Something I kind of want to test out, and if the turn ends now, which I think it will, I want to see if Berserk stacks. This should be pretty obvious if it does. It absolutely doesn't. I was thinking it did, but 600 felt kind of like a low roll. When it's possible that those enemies were simply weak to fire, and that's why they took so much. I'm going to assume Berserk doesn't stack in this game. It was very obvious with Temper in the previous game. I think I skipped something, didn't I? I did. There's some treasure down there. It's a shame. I really like stacking Temper. Maybe I have a misread on Berserk, but I don't think I do. But doing Temper like 6 times onto one person and then one-hitting the bosses was really fun. I like that I'm like glazing Final Fantasy 1 because you could one-hit bosses by spamming spells. And then in Final Fantasy 2, I'm like, it's really weird how the bosses die so fast. Favoritism, am I right? A streamer without bias does not exist. No, I really enjoyed 1 though. I'm enjoying 2 as well. I know I kind of give it a hard time with the empty rooms and stuff, but it's been very fun. Very different experience. It feels more like 3 than like 1, so I should like it more. We'll see by the end. My real goal is playing Final Fantasy on Fridays so I can eventually do a massive Final Fantasy tier list, which will be entirely objective. With every Final Fantasy mainline game done, hopefully. When I'm like 400 years old. See, I picked a super high number because I thought about actually like giving a guess at it, but that would have been bad. Never want to show my years. FF tier list will go crazy, I assure you. I used to do tier list Tuesdays a long time ago. That was really fun. What's going to be really tough though is getting rid of my bias for like 3. Because I like Final Fantasy 7 a good chunk, but Final Fantasy 3 is like, oh, I really hate these enemies. Final Fantasy 3 is just so good. Probably do the same for Pokemon fan games. Heck, that'd be so cool. You have to tell me like if/when you do, because I'd be super interested in watching. I haven't played enough Pokemon fan games, really. Oh, the enemies are so heckin' annoying, though. If we get those in a fight again, I'm gonna focus them down first. Cool. Just a guarantee they're done. Alright, so we have access to a door over here, a door, and then stairs. So we'll do the same thing, a counterclockwise spin around. I'm really proud of myself for finding this place. Considering all of the like wandering and getting lost I've done so far, this is a pretty big step up for me. If I have to play more of them before there'd be less big enough. Yeah, no, I figure, but like I still want to know when it's going down. That way I can show up and be like, what? You put Pokemon Moemon Star Emerald that low? That's crazy. You'll be like, what the heck's a Moemon? But I will be there, and it will be fun. There's only one Final Fantasy game that I played that I didn't like... I guess there's not only one I didn't finish. But there's one that I stopped playing because of how unfun it was to me. which sucks because I really like the universe and I really like the characters. But it's also not like a mainline Final Fantasy game. It's Final Fantasy, oh, don't be a jerk, please. It's Final Fantasy Type 0. Genuinely one of the least fun experiences I had playing a game. And I will probably play through it at some point to have it done, even though it's not mainline. But that game, I really didn't like it. It was super not to my taste, and I had to force myself to go through it. And I just eventually just kind of clocked out because I was just so tired of it. It's really unfortunate when you want to like a game but can't force yourself to do it. And again, I love the aesthetics of Type 0. The theming, like the unique gameplay is cool and stuff too, but man, I really didn't like it. It's the only time I played one. Like, I haven't beaten 13 either, and I played a chunk of it, but like, usually these guys are so annoying. Usually it's like, you know, life gets in the way. You get busy, you just put down a game and don't pick it up for a while. That happens to everyone. Then you're like, I should probably restart it, so you don't pick it up for a while. Either way, Type 0 is one where I like don't want to play it again. I would love to play Dirge of Cerberus again. I'm super looking forward to playing Crisis Core one day. Any other spin-offs are great. The Crystal Chronicles was awesome. Even the Chocobo's dungeon one, like, that's all a vibe. I really didn't like Type 0. Which again, if you like it, more than all power to you. I'm happy for you, genuinely, that you enjoy it. Because I wish I did. Because it seems cool. But it just did not click with me. Maybe it'll change now that I go back and play it years later, but I just really didn't like it. And usually, like, if the theming is there, if it's like, oh, here's a Final Fantasy spinoff, I'm like, woo, Final Fantasy, love that, let's do it. But that one did not make it through the automatic filter for me just enjoying it. It was a surprisingly spicy dungeon. Those enemies that swap stats are a little bit much. Empty room? I knew it. Final Fantasy 2, you couldn't pull one over on me. I swear the encounter rate in empty rooms are way higher. That's my headcanon. It's probably identical. I think it's just because I'm upset about being in an empty room. It's more the act of the room being here than it having a higher encounter rate. Getting a bunch of gil from here, though, if nothing else. Kind of makes up for all the ethers we bought. Also, it's nice that we bought the ethers since we're getting swapped. Wow, this is really big. So there's a thing in the upper left over there, bottom right, bottom left. The stairs is there. We'll do clockwise around this time. Hopefully that Killer Mantis isn't too strong. I didn't realize what we were fighting. Surely this KO does a ton of damage. Yeah, it does. Cool. Probably more health than a lot of the bosses we fought so far. Oh, Final Fantasy 2. You and your empty rooms. But like sometimes the room isn't empty, so it really like pulls you in. You're like, oh boy, I hope this is a room with 3 treasure chests in it and one of them has monsters, but instead it's often just nothing. But it's the temptation of going into a room that could have something. So they really get ya. Oh, actually this is a little bit scary. I guess we'll kill 1 per turn. I don't know how much damage these Killer Mantises do. A very insignificant amount, all things considered, so we'll just basic attack through and then heal up after. I think if they crit Layla, it could be potentially very bad. I'm almost tempted to give Layla a bow and just put Layla on the back line just to negate some of the damage. But the HP is crawling up there. We're almost at 700 now. Layla's sword and knife leveled up as well. And just under 700 HP maximum. At least we got a high potion from a chest, so it's not that bad coming down here. Although I do think I permanently missed a treasure chest, which is unfortunate. I was like, I'll 100% this game's treasure chest. That'll be a cool flex. I didn't do it in 1 successfully, but we'll do it here. But then there is that one on the Dreadnought that I think is just completely gone. So this is kind of just leisurely, but what if there's something cool? I want to say in Final Fantasy VI, but it might be a different one. There's like a super boss in a treasure chest somewhere. Maybe it's not like an actual super boss, but like a fairly tough boss. So like, what if there's just a boss somewhere we could fight? That would be cool. They like putting monsters in chests, so might as well. Okay, these would have just healed us up, so it's a shame that I just opted to heal. But we will train our attack, particularly hopefully getting some levels on Layla's knife and sword. Oh no, they can play. so cool. Like, something I've always appreciated about RPGs in general, I guess it's not every RPG, but when your character's stats stay kind of low. Like, obviously, Final Fantasy, most games, you're going to look at 9,999 HP maximum, and then usually 999 MP or some equivalent to it. Maybe it's also 9,999 with a cap level of 99. But I like when you look at it, it's like, oh, your character has 55 strength. Like, keeping the number small like that is interesting to me. FF likes to do the classic super boss in a chest. It's a really iconic thing. I really like it. I'm hoping we stumble upon one here. It seems like Layla's HP is just rocketing upwards fighting these killer mantises too, which is very nice. Having her not in kill range constantly is a treat, to put it lightly. Then again, we don't get to train our life as much, so maybe having Layla get KO'd and then lifing would have been smarter. I never took the time to figure out if we could train life successfully on living allies, but it probably would be a good idea to get some levels on it, so if we need to revive, they won't necessarily get one hit, but they might just get one hit anyways. It's probably not worth the effort. Alright, cool. A bow level up for Maria, putting it up to 8. There's a treasure chest above us, so we'll grab that really quick after 45 more encounters the next 4 steps, and then we will go down another floor. I will have to ask the princess if she happens to know why the castle is full of giant praying mantises that are very vengeful. Maybe there's some deep fin lore I don't know about. Spider Silk. What is Spider Silk? A use item, I assume? Reduce the number of enemy attacks, the same effect as slow, and this is wine that raises attack at the cost of lowering evasion. Seems fine. Honestly, I thought this dungeon would be done. This is the biggest dungeon in the game. Mark my words. Actually, don't mark my words. I haven't seen enough yet. Holy cow, I thought this was going to be like a normal encounter. It should be fine. These enemies aren't that strong. We do good damage now. To be fair, the Empire's been under the Empire's control for a while. Or the castle's been under the control of the Empire. So, I guess I need to ask the Empire what their obsession with mantises are, then. They're just talking to the Emperor like, Emperor, it seems like we got way too many giant turtles and killer mantises that we ordered. What do you want to do with them? Emperor is like, alright, this is kind of a long play, but I'm going to go for it. This might be dumb, but hear me out. What if we stash all of them in the basement of Fynn? Reason being, imagine we lose Fynn. Probably not going to happen because we're the Empire, we'll be fine. But we lose Fynn. They take back their castle and there's just like a billion bugs down there. Wouldn't that be awesome? Emperor, this is why you're the supreme evil one. And they did it and it worked out. That's official Final Fantasy II lore. Probably. Also might not be. A power staff. I'm gonna assume we don't really want to equip the power staff, but maybe I do. Holy guacamole, I take it back, I totally do. It's a staff made for striking for sure. Big bonk energy for our lovely guy. Always have to have a contingency plan after all. It's true. And what's more evil than leaving a bunch of bugs in the basement of the place that you took over? There's not much. So we have a room over here, 2 rooms, and then a chest, then a floor down. So we'll keep going through. I think we'll save our MP because we're already kind of low, and those enemies that like sap us or swap us might still exist. So I don't want to get too low for healing and whatnot. Because apparently this dungeon goes on literally forever. Better be safe than sorry. It is pretty cool that tomes drop from enemies. I do like that, I'll admit. A little bit more experience for Varian. I'm gonna say it's a chest room for sure. Oh, Final Fantasy II, you got me. I think I've commented on it before, but the orchestral track in this game is really, really good. I don't know if orchestral is the right word, because there's like a setting to turn on like the updated one, but I just really like the old music. I can't help it. I think I toggled between both them and Final Fantasy 1, and they were both good, but I feel bad too, because I'm sure they put a lot of work into the orchestral one, but I can't help it. Hit me with like the retro 8-bitty sounds, or I guess this would probably be 16-bit, not 8-bit maybe. Either way, it's good music. I don't think Flame Armor is an upgrade for us. I heard some of the orchestral stuff, it's good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is too. We can always swap to it for a little bit. You know what? Now I feel bad. Now that I've said, like, they probably put a lot of work into it. A little orchestral for a little bit. It is pretty cool. It's kind of funny that the sound going into battle is still like the crunchy 8-bitty sound. I don't know if it would be 8-bit, 16-bit or whatever, but like the crunchy retro-y sound. A betrayal thing, that's gotta be a cool sword. There's no way it's not. It's not a cool sword, that sucks. I really thought it would be. Has the same effect as Confuse. Alright, Confuse kind of goes crazy. I'm kind of surprised we didn't get through more on this turn. I guess the Adamant toys are pretty tanky. Alright, now it'll be fine. Probably spend the next turns having, or the next walking area, having Farian heal up everyone a little bit. Get us back where we need to be. Blink and Blizzard free for us. Something I always struggle with in RPGs in general is selling stuff. I know some people will just be like willing to sell literally everything they stumble upon, but for me, like, if I get something, I'm often not selling it unless it's explicitly a, oh my gosh, just pick a door. Exclusively an item meant for selling, like a Stardust or whatever in Pokemon. But even then, those sometimes have multiple uses. Alright, I'm gonna call it ahead of time, I think. I need to take a good look at the doors again. I think there are 5, but I'm gonna figure out which one it is. I'm gonna use the logic as well. There are 6 of them. It is going to be the second door from the right. Last time, I used the logic that it would be the third door from the right on account of you reading right to left when it comes to reading Japanese, and this being a Japanese game. However, I was wrong to assume that because it was like the opposite logic. Please don't bad breath. Oh my goodness, we're about to game over. Hold on. Forget that logic for a moment. I didn't think that was on the table. We're dead. That felt like my personal interaction with the fight may have been lacking, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I really just wanted to show off how cool the orchestral defeat music sounded, that I definitely knew what it sounded like. Breath kind of bad. It does seem kind of bad, Flip. You're not wrong. I don't know if that was rough RNG or not. Yeah, Wilted Rose for sure. It is good to see you, Flip. Hopefully you're doing just stellar today. I don't know if I can defeat the people in there. If it's just gonna bad breath and wipe the team again, I don't think I have a way to give immunity to status ailments, do I? I'm trying to think about what I could possibly do in that fight other than get luckier. Doing well, got distracted somewhere by many meetings. I get how that goes. Glad to hear you're doing well, though. We obviously are going to try it again, but let me think. Maybe the magic I'm forgetting about. Can always flee. It's true. I probably should have fled there instead of trying to heal up. That's a good call. honestly, let's just win. Heck it, I think we just win this time. The question is, do we try to kill one? Or do we try and spread damage AoE? I imagine killing one increases our probability of survival a lot. If we can kill two, it would be even nicer. There we go. Okay, no bad breath means we just win, right? I guess depending on crits here. We didn't crit, so we could still lose. I literally did nothing different. They just didn't happen to bad breath several turns in a row. When in doubt, just smash your head on the exact same problem the exact same way and there will be no downside. Orichalcum. A knife made of orichalcum is effective against aquatic enemies. It's really on the nose. Wow, it's actually got so much damage too. That's cool. Okay, so the door second from the right. So the door that is second closest to the screen, or the bottom of the screen, that is the correct door. It is objectively the correct door, and I will show you why. So logically, you would think it's probably one of those 4 doors on the left because they're more conspicuous than the 2 on the right. However, I guess inconspicuous. The 2 on the right being conspicuous is a giveaway, and they wouldn't put it on the far right because that's not okay, so it's gotta be this one logically. And you know what? Sometimes I just hit. Sometimes the logic is just there. I will check the other rooms, but I want to note that I was right this time. Unless all of them look like that. But I'm pretty sure I was right. Which is kind of unfortunate, because it means I'm going to go check 5 other rooms that are going to have nothing but a few ambushes in them, it looks like. But now I figured them out. I'm now inside the developers' heads of the game. So, like, it doesn't really get me anything, I suppose. I was going to say, like, now we can't be defeated, but I think we could still probably be defeated realistically. Because the enemies could just arbitrarily bad breath us 2 turns in a row. I thought bad breath, maybe it's because of like bias from other games, but I thought bad breath would like apply a bunch of random debuffs at once, but maybe stone just overwrites all of them because stone is effectively a KO state. I was totally right. There's literally nothing else. But what if there's treasure chests in one of these is what I'm thinking. There's certainly not. Oh, it's not guaranteed ambushes. I thought it was in this room. I'm glad it's only the stalagmites and not like more of those really intense chimeras we were fighting in these rooms. Alright, cool. No, I was just perfectly right. There was no loot or anything. So this is probably the mask, I would guess. And it is indeed the white mask. It's not even full of monsters in here either. I guess there's monsters around the chest, but like not in the chest. Which also begs the question, how big are these chests that are opening, right? Because like, if you open the chest and monsters were inside, surely they had to fit inside the chest. So is it very large? Yeah, I'll leave. Can you believe Miko made this game? See, that would be certainly dating myself a little bit. Monsters hang out next to chests. That would be a crazy reveal, though, imagine. I certainly did not make any game, actually. Okay, so we successfully got the white mask. I'm going to go back up and say that we got the white mask, and hopefully that'll give us more of a hint on where to go. I guess the chest takes up 1 square, same as all 4 members of your party. Oh my god, it's actually a really good point. I didn't consider the fact that all 4 of us take up 1 square. Take the white mask with you to Mysidia. The Major there should know more about its purpose. Alright, can you tell me where Mysidia is? The Empire has fallen silent as of late, but I have no doubt the Emperor is hatching his next plot even as we speak. He must find the ultimate tome as soon as possible. We're counting on you. It is Final Fantasy Friday. Welcome, welcome. I actually, like, I'm not stopping right now for the record, but I do have plans in a couple hours, so I might be wrapping up kind of soon, not soonish, but like, probably like in an hour and a half, 2 hours. Which is rare. I know, Miko having plans, what a surprise. Now, did we ever enter this area? I don't think we did, right? How the heck do you enter that area? Very weird. I'm gonna dismiss it for now because it didn't seem like we could reach him. Let me go see how much loot is in Fynn. We've missed so much loot in Finn. That's crazy. Or was that referring to Finn? No, this must be combining both areas. There's probably loot in the town itself I missed too. Let's swing back. Late lunch because our manager got us Popeyes and I was late getting here. I mean, that's nice, so... we should go back to capturing goblins. We also forgot to heal, so let's go heal up in Finn really quick. That was something else on my agenda. And then hopefully we'll find... Mysteria... Mystery... Magic Land. I forget its name already. I think it's Mysteria, right? This surely is something like that. Mysidia. I'm gonna go with Mysidia, actually. Kind of like Mystery and Dissidia combined. Sweet. So we're back now. We have Layla. We're looking good. We're feeling good. And we know that Mysidia, it is Mysidia. Perfect. We know the cave of Mysidia is down here. That's all we really know about it. Things that kind of jump out at me is that little inlet, that little like water peninsula to the west of where our boat is right now. Might be worth exploring if there's something there. So I'm gonna go there first, I think. Thankfully we have freedom of boat now, so we can go to places that were not initially accessible without boat. Let us go down here, hop on our boat, and then explore around a little bit. I go back to training warp and teleport and death again. Death is strange because like we haven't successfully done death yet on like an enemy unless it healed them, at which point we death them very goodly. We have yet to succeed it. It might just be because it's low level though. The orchestral overworld music kind of goes crazy though. Surely we land a death here, 100%. Alright. Maybe it's 0% too. So Layla's dominant hand uses the sword, right? I know it doesn't really matter too much, but it seems like Layla swings with the dominant hand first, which I hadn't considered. I assumed it would always be right hand and the left hand. Since that's how I was listening to the thing, but it looks like you just swing with dominant hand first. More than just having it affect your stats on the weapon. Surely there's something cool over here. It's a bunch of werewolves. End of the day, you think you find something cool and it ends up being 5 werewolves. That's still kind of cool. It's certainly unique. But is it really what you wanted to find today? I don't know. Guess that depends on what you're looking for. But it's what we're finding, so hopefully we'll teleport a few more of them. You show up, you trigger auto mod, you leave. You cool cat, you refuse to explain. Truly the Alexandria Mew experience. Alright, so I don't know if warp and teleport works super well here. We have lost a pretty solid amount of HP from the poison on Guy, unfortunately. But surely this is okay experience as well. At this point, we're relying on Layla to finish the fight. Oh, nope, there we go. Maria got one more. Guy's death leveled up once, which is nice, I suppose. Some stats for everyone as well. And now we need to heal up. As well as use something to cleanse that. I really wish I knew how to get rid of poison without just antidotes. I mean, the antidotes work fine, but like, it feels like Esuna and Basuna just don't do anything, but it might just be like a skill issue on my part. There's a Mysidian Tower, which is good, but we only have one of the 2 masks, so not quite what we need yet. We do know where Mysidian Cavern is. I was gonna say maybe we should sail around the area. It's probably easier to just dock over here. I was like, what could this new entity be called? Oh, it's Vampire Girl. To be fair, Killer Mantis is really on the nose too. Okay, it turns out Maria's mastery with a bow has become a real problem for our team now that it is turned towards us. Hopefully, Maria does not opt to hit Layla. Cool. because that's surprisingly high damage. I mean, maybe that's good HP training for Guy as well. Who knows? Sweet. So some more stats for everyone across the board. We'll do a heal again. It's really good because we're getting some level ups as well. I'm guessing this cavern is where we must go next. I don't know why we must go here, though, is the issue. Please don't explosion level 7 or whatever on me. Self-destruct 5. They went for it, but they missed, thankfully. To my memory, it actually is quite hard, but maybe it's not so bad since it's been a while since we've been around here. Cockatrice, I think, are the ones that can one-hit us as well. Hopefully it won't happen. I will say I do like the spicy occasional one-hit that happens. I'm not super upset about, like, having my team get wiped out by bad breath and stuff. Adds a lot of attention to encounters. Now, I don't know if this cavern is going to be, like, directly what we need. Like, is the cavern just, like, connected to the people themselves? Is this where Minwu is? Because clearly we're meant to look for Minwu. Or is this going to be like, there is a town nearby, they say Minwu went to the cavern, go look for Minwu there, and we don't know that yet, so we might not be able to progress. I don't know. It's really all speculation for now. It's all doors. I guess this is the best lead I have. We can always teleport or warp out. This is one of my least favorite encounters. I'm gonna flee from it. Whoops. I don't like dealing with the fact that they eat like a solid amount of MP to kill everyone. Those mooses are very, very tanky. And Flans too. I mean, it's been a while since we fought them. Maybe it's not so bad. They also poison though, which is a little bit annoying. Alright, let's drop an antidote down on Maria so we're healthier again, so we're not taking much damage while walking. I want to poke in a door and see if there's anything in here, because it's possible that like this is like Mysidia. I'm not entirely sure. Could also be an empty room. It's just 4 rooms. It's so peculiar, this area. Looks like going west gets us 2 rooms at the past area there, and east gets us 1. East also gets us a treasure chest, so I want to keep that in mind. I'm gonna try to basic attack the Flans when we see him again. It could be that our damage is scaled up so much that it doesn't matter. I could also start trying to rep some AoE magic, but I don't want to spend that much of it, because what if there's a boss fight here? I went to a room we were in already. Heck. I go left and then up and then around. Oh, a Marlboro. Didn't you be the one bad breathing? Remember we saw one of them before too. I don't remember where it was though. Okay. Yeah, these things are just profoundly tanky like I thought, unfortunately. Guy can hit them, but not for much. I'd rather not get like poisoned out and stuff, so let's just flee. The poison is so annoying. It being percent health base makes sense, don't get me wrong. But it hits very, very hard on someone like Guy who has almost 2,000 health now. We'll switch to Maria for curing for a bit. So it looks like Furion's cure spell is basically caught up to Maria's now. Maybe I should get cure for Guy as well. A black garb. Let's see. I imagine it's some sort of magic armor. Ah, no, it's like black armor. An outfit that enhances agility and guards against physical ailments such as stone. Seems logical to put that over onto Maria, since Maria has a lot of the recovery options on our team and is positioned at the back line. So if Maria has to solo tank for a bit, I think Maria and Furion are probably our best bet just based on their stats. This dungeon is full of things that are really unfun to go against. We did get a preemptive strike though instead of an ambush, so we'll take them out really quick rather than flee. Sure could have used that earlier. I was thinking the exact same thing. I stumbled upon this dungeon earlier too. Maybe I should have just popped in here. I'm gonna just flee it once more. But we haven't fought Yellow Jelly before. I guess I'll do AoE magic in hopes that that works. This might be kind of painful though. Alright, single target magic apparently just blows them up. Okay, our magic is a lot stronger than it used to be. These enemies are completely resistant to magic and heal off it, which I did not know, but it's good to know. We will just auto-attack them down. The Flans are surprisingly tame. Maybe it's just those specific ones and the black Flans are particularly bad, but those ones went down quick, so we will just fight them with magic instead of just running. I guess I undervalued that our intelligence stat went up a good chunk since we last fought them, which is good. Almost 1,000 health on Layla as well. It didn't get a turn last time, so I'm going to trust that we can kill it before it stones our entire team. I guess I can't stone Maria now, which is nice too. Although so far we've gone through this entire dungeon and have not found anything, and I think this is the only floor of it, so we might be out of luck. We do have 2 rooms to check still. No, don't attack, don't attack. Okay. It's an ambush anyway, so we can just wait. I guess we don't have a say in it, but I'm going to try and AoE them down with magic once more. So annoying, they poison. They always poison Guy too. Like, it would be annoying if anyone got poisoned, don't get me wrong. But Guy's massive health pool makes it so much more damage. Guy is simply too tanky for his own good. Yeah, now look at those black Flans. They tank so good. The other Flans aren't nearly as bad as the black Flan. I guess they're weak to fire specifically. Probably a good opportunity to actually get our elemental magic up a few levels anyways, so it's certainly worth doing probably. I just don't like fighting them. Furion's Thunder leveled up, which is something, some intellect as well. Guy is slowly becoming the smartest person in our party, and it really shows. We will do, no, do not forget Cure. Please and thank you. There we go. Top up the party really quick, and hopefully not many more Flan fights. We'll deal with them, we get him though. I should probably consider having Furion run 2 weapons because Furion's damage is so high, but I really like the idea of Furion with a sword and shield. There is a very high probability that we're going to need to come back here later on. I was going to say there's probably going to be something Furion gets afflicted with when that attacks as well. Hopefully we can kill it without Furion. I don't know if we can, but Guy's damage is really high, so it might be fine. Cool. But I'm thinking we probably need to come back in this dungeon later on. Hopefully the last room has something in it at least, so there is some reason to come here, but if there's not, that's fine. We'll have to explore around again. The title of the stream is now currently fitting because I'm probably lost. I just pre-gamed it a little bit. We did good up until now. Like, I got my pathfinding out of the way. Now we can be lost again. Cool. So there's some gil for us. Alright, see, that is not what was on my list of what would be down here. Out of our way. Out of our way. Okay, so there's just a doppelganger here. And if you switch to someone else, it just goes to Furion and you do this. Very weird. I can't seem to, like, walk and move it either. I'm sure this will be relevant later, but at least we know where it is. So that's something. Allow us to warp out of here. Well, we got some good armor out of it. I'm sure we'll need to come back, and we just don't know the dealio. Hopefully we can get around to the overworld a little bit now, though. And do some fleas and explore around. Surely there's a Mysidia town somewhere that we just didn't find before. Walk into the corner of the wall. I tried to walk into the corner of the wall. I just couldn't control it, unfortunately. Whenever it was doing that sequence, it was like automatic. I had no say in it. was completely out of my hands. So let's look at the map and try and figure it out. It could be in that area to the west. I doubt it's in the swampland, so I'm gonna check here and then I guess the desert area. Those are my two best guesses. I think it could be in a forest, but I don't think it'll be in the swamp, probably. Our evasion is so high. It's actually kind of crazy. As much as 6 cockatrices sound like a good time, I would rather pass. The 8 enemy encounters are annoying because they're often quicker than us when we're trying to flee. We just kind of have to sit here and take like 600 damage every fight. I could just try to fight it out, but I really want to poke around. It just takes a while to explore the overworld, you know? So, oh no, I'm gonna be so lost again. Why can't someone just say like, hey, you know the Arby's down there? Go down to where the Arby's is, go 1 light past it, and then take a left, and then you'll be at Mysidia. I get it, like, it's fine. But if they would not be like, hey, head to the forest of black flans where all of the trees are made of black flan and just kind of wander around, I feel like I would be finding places quicker. And am I a little directionally challenged? Yeah, I am. I'll be the first to admit it, in fact. That's really all I got. Maybe it's on the bottom of this area here. At least the enemies seem to be consistent in this area. It makes me feel like I can find it eventually. Oh, but what if it's hidden somewhere because it's like a magical town and there's like a single tree somewhere that looks different I didn't notice? That could be. It wouldn't surprise me. There's been places in Final Fantasy games that kind of function like that. It could also be around the world. No, probably not. That spits out over here. So I'd be very surprised if it was. I guess it's not impossible though. Like surely if oops, sorry, I smacked you there. Surely if the Mysidia Tower and the Cave of Mysidia are here, it's got to be somewhere nearby here and not across the way. Probably, hopefully. Time to get back to work. Thanks for stopping in. Hopefully the rest of your day goes well. Okay, those imps are kind of freaky, but they are a new enemy, so I should fight them if I see them again. Nothing else, maybe we can finish the bestiary, which will be cool. It's gotta be somewhere around here. There's no way they have a tower and a cave and don't have like the actual place nearby. The tower is not like the actual Mysidia, right? It's like a separate entity, probably. Because it's a Mysidian tower, and there's a cave of Mysidia. I'm coping so hard. I'm so lost. Gotta be somewhere, though. Probably. Or it's nowhere. Like, let me think about this logically, right? What if I just missed it over there? So, like, that's Cave of Mysidia, right? What if the town we're looking for, assuming we're even looking for a town, which we might not be, but what if it's in that area and I just missed it? Because it would kind of make sense if the town was, like, on the western side of this, like, inner area. I don't believe it's to our south. I don't think it's to our west either, like outside of this area where the cave is. What's that down there? It's like the, right, tropical island. Apparently there's a shop and a bunch of chests too. I don't remember it having really anything there. It's a surprise. We couldn't enter the Mysidian Tower because we need both the masks to go in there. So that's certainly not it. The cave having 17 more treasure chests is really throwing me off too, but that doppelganger. Maybe there's something obvious we could have done to get through the doppelganger. Like casting a spell or something. We didn't get something to pop up and like use an item, right? We couldn't use a key item or anything. I feel like there's got to be more to the doppelganger, but my assumption is that we don't know. I mean, surely there's more. I don't know. Let's, I guess, swing by Tropical Island. That's my best bet right now. I don't remember what was there, but I know we landed there at one point. So I guess let's go back to Tropical Island and see if it's something, because I don't remember anything about it, but there's apparently a shop, so it's some kind of town. Maybe if we check there, they'll have some information for us. Oh, please don't self-destruct a bunch. That'd be so rude. Alright, you tried to self-destruct a bunch, which is rude. The thought of self-destructing is rude. But you did not successfully self-destruct, so you get a pass for now. I think the ocean encounters are pretty chill, so we'll probably be able to move through them really quick. Yeah, thankfully. So we don't get like another 8 encounter with it really quick. I really don't remember Tropical Island. I think we landed here when looking for something, but I don't know what it was. Oh right, it was when we got the pirate ship. And then ended up having to go like around the world or something to reach where we want to go. I don't quite remember. Alright, so what's over here? What is Tropical Island? It's a separate dungeon that has a shop. I guess we'll go through Tropical Island next. Maybe we did it kind of backward this time. We should have come here first and then done the other dungeon later. It's at least something and it's available to us, so let's go through it and find out. It doesn't feel inaccessibly difficult either so far. Heck, there's more flans here. I guess this one's a moose and a jelly. They're flans in spirit. Guess we'll fight it out. There's not many of them. They should die in one turn pretty easily. It's a little bit of magic practice too. Alright, what do we got? It's got some eye drops. Not quite the most useful because we have a bunch of them. There is, however, a boatload of treasure chests here, so we'll take advantage of those. I think the map said it was like 19 or 21 or something. We'll try to save on MP coming through here. I didn't heal up since the last dungeon, so we're a little bit low. Not that low, but like probably don't want to spam warp constantly right now. Heck, I feel like we get ambushed all the time. Furion is actually just so cool. Carrying all the rats in the world. Layla's damage is starting to get pretty respectable too. Unfortunately, I think it's kind of contingent on the enemies having low defense. But I'm not quite sure how it works, to be honest. But at least like Layla's pulling weight now. Almost over 1,000 HP, so catching up to that point where it's not going to be such a danger to have Layla around. It looks like we can also basic attack mooses to kill them, which is nice. So I'll just do that to save some MP. But it's moose specifically, not jelly, I think. Also, it might be a little crit contingent, which is unfortunate. But being that we've already KO'd one, surely it won't take much longer. Heck, they also poison. I was fighting these because I assumed they didn't poison like the black flans poisoned. But now that I know they do, I'm upset. Heckin' jerks. I bought like 99 antidotes and I've already used like 10 of them. Surely they'll last me to the end of the game, but it's still kind of funny to think about. Alright, let's go down here and then go around. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired of flans. Everywhere I go, I see flans. Up, down, left, right, flans. Alright, apparently Layla's just built different now. Layla got the job changes, is now profoundly powerful. Maybe Flans are really susceptible to getting warped and teleported. I'm like trying to justify it. Maybe there's like a magic defense stat in this game that I haven't really thought about. I know magic evasion's a thing. Maybe that's why it's like relevant to it. And that behemoth we fought did not have much magic evasion. Perhaps. Purely speculation. That's why we were able to warp that one specifically. I do feel like the encounter rate's really high in these dungeons. Maybe it's always been high. Gosh, it's like every 5 to 10 steps we get another encounter. Maybe that's not that high and I'm just being a little bit dramatic too. Right, cool. Spider Silk, which I think we had a little bit of before. Right, it's a slow effect. I mean, it's fine. Things like Antarctic Wind I feel are a little bit more exciting, but maybe they're not quite as exciting in this game, just because in at least Final Fantasy III, when it comes to those like use an item and cast a high level spell, they were quite strong. But casting slow, like maybe slow as a low-ish hit rate, I haven't really used it much. It just feels less tempting to want to throw an item to apply slow instead of doing like a bunch of damage. It's probably more useful than I give it credit for. Something I'd also like to take advantage of, but haven't found a good opportunity to do so, is the thing that drains MP. I don't remember what it is. But I feel like there could be like a boss or two that we could really take advantage of. Like if we get against a really strong spellcaster, we should consider trying to spam that and drop their MP all the way. Which might be the perfect place for it since we're in like the spellcaster zone. Also might not be, but who knows. Maria's Blizzard leveled up. We're getting kind of low on MP, which is what I was worried about. Oh my god, this place is huge too. Looks like 2 sets of stairs, but a bunch of treasure chests, so I am tempted by the allure of treasure. I think we're gonna switch over to fleeing for now though, because we're getting a little bit low on MP. Like we have some still. I apparently am doing a thunder on the way for the fun of it. For the sport. I just don't want to keep getting poisoned over and over again. It takes a long time to explore. It didn't look like we were poisoned, and I thought we were good, but I think it's just because, while fleeing, it doesn't quite show that we're poisoned. So let us try to flee this time without getting caught. Layla's very quick, so I think Layla's flee runs before everyone else's. But it looks like we're failing flees, not me this time at least. Okay, this place is kind of freaky looking. I guess it's just like roots and vines above us, but it looks freaky. Oh my gosh, this dungeon is like very elaborate. Looks like there are 3 unique sections. I guess I'll keep exploring this one and then we'll swing back. Logically speaking, this one's like on the path to what I assume is the correct one. And this is not the correct one. So I'm guessing this will probably stop in 1 or 2 more rooms. Yeah, it looks like just some loot, I would guess. Whoa, Wildhorn looks crazy. I wouldn't have ran if I knew it was that. There's just so many fights. Eh? Oh, what do we have here? Where are you coming from? Oh, look at your weird face. Why you no wear a mask? I have a mask. Okay. What can I do for you? Weird. I guess this is the potion shop. That means this must be the weapon shop up here. A demon axe. Is it cursed? An axe of colossal size. It doesn't appear to be cursed, which is interesting. A demon spear as well. A ruby cuirass and a Gaia drum. I don't think I really want any of those, to be honest. Black mask is our treasure. We keep it at the bottom of this cave. You keep your hands off. No matter, you can't find these, so you know takey kekeke. Okay, so the black mask is here, so we're on the right path, surprisingly. But in our face is apparently very weird, which is, you know, something we'll have to come to terms with. I thought we looked okay, to be honest with you. Maybe not like anything fancy, but I thought we looked good. But our face is weird, which is You know, just part of the deal, I suppose. I really wish we could have put on the mask or like shown them the white mask to see what they would have said about it. Although again, if you have like a legendary treasure or something, you probably shouldn't be like, haha, our legendary treasure is this item at this location. Because I feel like people are just going to try to take that item if you reveal that to them. Weird that there's like a bunch of people living in this dungeon though. I couldn't really tell if they were intended to be like humans or not. Alright, let's proceed through. They said we wouldn't be able to find it. Hopefully we can find it, and they were just wrong because none of them were particularly helpful to us in finding it. I guess they were kind of helpful. I would have explored the dungeon either way. But it's good to know we're on the right path here. So hopefully we'll collect the black mask from here and then go to the tower. A Scourge tome. What is Scourge? I think I was unimpressed by it before. Look at all of our tomes. Right, it deals poison damage specifically. Maybe that's super useful. It doesn't say it poisons, it says it deals poison damage. Perhaps poison damage is deliberately percent based, so that could be interesting depending on what it's used on. Or I'm overthinking it, it just like applies poison. Speaking of poison, another Scourge tome. Some treasure I accidentally missed down there as well. I was like, I'll fight this encounter, and then it's just jellies all the way down. A blind tome as well, and I got veteran treasure hunter, which is 50% of the treasure in the game, so I'm guessing we're about at the halfway mark. Probably a little bit past it, right? Surely I've missed some treasures in some encounters. Or maybe all the treasure just like completely backloaded or front-loaded and like we're at the start of the game. It's gonna play like the prologue complete part soon. Games like that are so crazy. I was reading something about that recently where it was people discussing games that like basically completely open up when you think it's over. And I've talked about it before anecdotally, but for me that was Final Fantasy III because it took me so long to beat like the first dungeon and then the credits rolled and I was like, that was a really good game. I loved that. And then it turns out that it was like 1/50th of the way through the game. Probably not 1/50th, but like there was a lot to go. Garlic. Probably gonna take a few poisons here. Looks like no poisons yet. Maybe we got lucky. Unless it didn't show guy getting poisoned, but I think we're good. Sweet. Ah, see, there's treasure on the right side. I don't know how to access it, though. I don't remember seeing another set of stairs. I wish there was a key you could push to, like, auto-flee. That would make it a lot easier to justify these fights. It takes a little bit to set up the flee again. But flans are just too expensive on MP. Like when games do that, feel like so much opens up. It's so nice. It's really cool. For me, like as a kid, I don't want to be dramatic, but it was kind of a magical feeling. All right, so we have, wow, we have many options here. 2 of which go down and 2 of which go upward. So I'm going to explore the upward ones first. I believe that's going to be our route to treasure more than anything, maybe. Then there are some wild horns here and I want to kill them, so let's kill them and see if they have any cool drops. Yeah, Layla's damage is getting real respectable. Some more health for Maria, and we will head downward and see what's up here. I'm a little bit concerned about my experience as well. I tend to try to not over-level encounters in games and stuff. Because I feel like it's more enjoyable to kind of just like be where you should be and have an encounter that's a little bit tough maybe. But it's always tough to tell like where they want you to be. Is me fighting every single encounter in the overworld going to make me way too strong for the game? Probably not, right? But there's a flee button and they tell you very on to flee from encounters. So maybe it is intended. I don't know. This being said, we'll try to keep it close. Right now I feel like I'm quite strong, but not like super far ahead. Phoenix Down is always a welcome reward from a treasure chest. Let's go ahead and investigate that southeast corner. This might also be the correct path because of how peculiar this one is. I don't think it is. But it's peculiar enough I could believe it. I'm glad we've stopped fighting Flans for a little bit. Encounters end pretty quickly if we can just basic attack them. Alright, now I'm thinking this is actually like the proper path. I'm thinking... because this is the floor in which we would find loot. Like, we could go the different paths and stuff to go to loot. So I think this might be the correct path. We might need to backtrack a little bit. Not a big deal. Okay, this is totally not the correct path, and I'm so glad to see maybe. Unless the mask is here. It would make sense the mask could be in any of these ones, I suppose. This one does feel more hidden than the one next to the beautiful, bountiful spring. Either way, we're going to investigate all of them. It doesn't matter if this is right or wrong. Some sleep grass, some monsters, which is a pretty nice reward. This time they stuffed 2 poison toads, which are fairly small admittedly, and what appears to be 2 rhinoceroses inside of this treasure chest, which might be a little bit bigger. Granted, those toads also look kind of huge. We got a Gaia drum from that one and then some more sleep grass. So this was in fact bonus, which is good. It's what I assumed it would be. So we'll go back up to that other floor. Oh, I wonder if I can warp back there. Or not warp, teleport, whichever one goes up one floor. I can probably save a bunch of encounters by backtracking like this. We should need to do it once more, then we can go back around. Oh, even more. I thought we were done there. Cool, so that puts us back in this room. Good use of warp. It seems like they might have chilled on the encounters for Flan in this area, so fingers crossed, because I don't think we've seen any for a while. I can live with Poison Toad. Even though they probably apply poison, they're a lot easier to KO for us, so I'm a lot happier to see them. So we have 2 options here. We have a northwestern one and a northeastern one. I'm thinking the northwestern one is not the correct one, maybe. It's hard to tell. Heck, I shouldn't have said anything about Flan. I auto-encountered and it just turned out we're gonna just smack the front one a bunch. I think that's the last attack there, so we'll switch over to fleeing. Again, I'm assuming there's a boss fight, and if they're very high in defense, we're going to need Maria's MP and probably Guy's MP as well. Granted, I do have ethers, but I just don't like Flans. A death idol. I'm guessing it's a use item that applies death. Apparently it is fear, so they'll flee instead. But I feel like when enemies flee, they don't drop anything. Maybe I'm wrong in that assessment, but that's what it seemed like to me. So it's not exactly super tempting to make enemies flee when you could warp them or death them and actually get loot. But maybe they do give experience even if you flee them. I don't know. Oh my god, it's the same encounter. I wasn't ready for it. Honestly, we might KO 2 of them, which is something. Still leaving though. Maybe got us out of getting poisoned, so we'll take it. Better than nothing. Coping with my Flan encounters. Okay, we got a sleep tome, and it looks like there is one more room here, which I'm going to imagine is where our mask is probably located, as well as a boss to prevent us from taking it from... I was going to say from ease, but I guess with ease would be a better way to put it. Oh wow, look, it's an angry rhino. Interesting that this dungeon's room is the same layout as the other one. It guard mask, thanks Guy. I couldn't have said it better myself, it do guard mask. This is kind of a crazy boss theme for 4 rhinos, to be honest with you. I'm going to, I guess, play defensively like I said I was gonna. I feel like this is gonna be easy. Maybe it won't though, so I'm going to act under the expectation that it won't be easy. We'll use Layla's damage to test to see if melee is going to be viable or not. It appears very viable. The 4 kind of had me worried, but the one after it was fine. That's before we've even berserked. I assume they're not going to have magic. They're just like bighorn rhinos. They also don't do damage, apparently. Really cool track, though. I like this one. I don't think we've heard it before. Maybe we had heard it, which is the non-orchestral one. Oh my gosh, Guy's damage is so high. I mean, they're not doing nothing, so it's like a simple encounter, I guess. Shell has leveled up and some HP for Farian and some stats for everyone else and a bunch of Gil. Alright, there's our mask. It's actually the main boss theme of the game. Non-orchestral seem to have skipped it for most fights. Interesting. I had no idea. That's super surprising. It's a cool theme. Alright, so we have both our masks, which means we can go up to that tower and hopefully Minwu's there. Really lucky that I opted to come over to this place and had known it was here before from seeing it. If not, I think we were probably... I wouldn't say in dire straits, but I was lost. I was very lost. I just assume it had to be something, because, well, it can't be nothing, right? Surely these buccaneers would eventually like hear the tale of our specific ship going through the water and how dangerous it is to board our boat. Clearly have not gotten the memo yet. That was over to the west over here for Mysidia Tower. The encounter rate of the ocean is so chill compared to any of the dungeons we've been in. Oh, but maybe we should pit stop somewhere. Let's go pit stop and heal up. Going to be almost 3 dungeons now if we go into that one without healing up, so let's quickly go into Altair and heal up. I wonder who's left in Altair. I guess just the normal citizens, because out there, you know, it was its own town, it had its own people. It was just that one area where the Wild Rose Rebellion were chilling underneath. $802 gil. It doesn't surprise me it's getting so expensive. Our stats are getting quite high, so we have to be overcharged quite a bit. Not like we're trying to save the world or anything. What time is it? Oh, I got plenty of time. Cool. Alright, let us poke up here. And hopefully by having both the masks, it'll work just fine. Hey T, how's it going? So it looks like both the masks don't work. Wait, what were the masks used for? I thought they were used for getting into here to get the ancient magic, right? Did I cross some wires in my head? Maybe we need to go back. We have both masks now. It could be important to go back. Let's just go back over to Finn and we'll go say hi. It's really close. It's right down the road. How's the FF going? It's going good, T. How are you today? Oh my gosh, the direct canoe switch was crazy. I'm okay to see the new spicy RS3 microtransaction. I have not seen anything related to RuneScape today at all. So no. What is the new spicy RS3 microtransaction? Take the white mask with you to Mysidia. The mages there should know more about its purpose. Oh no, is Mysidia actually a place? I've begun to convince myself that Mysidia is not a place. Basically adding the Zuck cape from OSRS to RS3 is a $20 cosmetic. That's rough. You know what they could have done instead? Is make it so that there is some like reason to play RS3 and OSRS. Back in the day at least, I remember like playing Diablo 3, like doing a specific, I don't remember if it was playing a specific season of Diablo 3. Maybe it was getting a version of Diablo 3 or whatever. No, there totally was one. It's like if you played like Here's the Storm or something, you would get like a reward in Hearthstone that was relevant to it or vice versa. That's what they should really do. If Jagex actually wants to like make good decisions, maybe that's a little bit too harsh. They should opt to be like, hey, if you play RS3, you can get this cool cosmetic reward in OSRS or vice versa rather than sell it. But what do I know? Oh, heck. Where the heck is Mysidia? Because like Cave of Mysidia and Mysidian Tower seems to imply to me that this whole area is Mysidia. So there's white mages somewhere here. Mysidia is in fact a place. I wish they would like sell me maps. I would pay a lot of gil for a map. Whoops. So where do we go, I guess? My best guess is it's probably not in the swamp. That's literally as far as my logic goes. I don't think it's in that like later green area. I'm guessing it's on the southern continent. To the land of the wizards. Oh, but there's where the lizards. The wizards are just so well hidden. Where haven't we explored, I guess? I'm guessing it's on this continent, but we've looked in a lot of places. Alright, again, logically, Cave of Mysidia here, Mysidian Tower here. I'm guessing it's in this middle area somewhere. I don't think it's in the swamp. I do think I've explored to the right. I'm gonna explore, hopefully to the left, but I've done that island and stuff, haven't I? I have no idea where it might go. I see it's almost directly west of here where the hand covers over. There's a little patch of green there in between the forests. But it's kind of the same on the right side too. Have you explored past the mountains to your left? You mean directly west of me? I feel like I have. Maybe I haven't. You mean over here? I guess we can start looking here. These do seem to be kind of on level. As we just fought 4 bighorns as a boss. Maybe this is too strong for us, actually. It did hit quite hard. Maybe this is the progression point then. I guess it would make sense. Alright, we'll poke around this mountain range here. I don't think there's canoe encounters, so if we ever want to avoid fights, we can always just noodle around like this. Just to like get the lay of the land and move around a bit more. I think we explored this westernmost spot here. Although I'm getting kind of away from the mountains now too. I guess I can try the southern side. I feel like we've done that western area though. Did I actually see a town south of me, or did I like make that up? How did I possibly miss this? I swear I walked around the west side here. Is this what it is? Oh my god, I'm so bad at finding places. Well, there's Mysidia. This is Mysidia, King of the Mages. You're certainly come a long way to be here. Are you red mages? We've many ancient texts in our town. Please browse them at your leisure. So chill. Unlike those like gremlins that were like, haha, you know, take our mask. 3 artifacts protect the seal in the tower. I believe it's as you say, time to break the tower seals upon us. Alright, cool. Let's see what magic they have. You did a good job of walking past this. I'm honestly impressed with myself. Oh my god, there's a whole council of VVs here. What do we got? Barrier, raise barrier to defend against elemental attacks and status ailments. Oh my goodness gracious me, oh my, I would love one of those. Holy is probably quite fun as well. I thought we had swap. I guess we don't. I bet you someone knows swap. No, it'd have a mark on it. We'll grab swap as well. And then wall. I'm guessing wall is just wall and barrier better protect and shell. It seems like it at least. Being able to protect against status ailments is so nice. Maybe there's different tiers of magic. Oh, this is like the buy every magic place. I see. Cool. All right, I'm down for it. Very cool. Basuna is so bad. I mean, maybe it's not bad and I'm bad. I'll buy them to have them. Certainly should learn our new magics though. They're very cool. I feel like Guy having fear is kind of thematic. I'll give Wall to... Wall's a magic one? We'll give that to Maria and we'll give Furion barrier. So they kind of leveled up their magic. Holy can go to Maria and Swap can go to... I guess Furion. It could be interesting if Furion can heal up like that somehow. Sleep over... Oh, are we full on magic on Guy now? There's no way we're full on magic on Guy, right? This guy already knows sleep. Is that what it is? It's gotta be that. There's no way. You do know sleep already. Cool. I was like, there's no chance we're full on magic on Guy before anyone else. What do you got to say? To want to make the Silent Targus Hiker is the time. We'll do nothing to stop you. You must first collect the 2 masks, then travel to a certain cave somewhere in this continent. Within you should find a crystal rod and an artifact you need to enter the tower. A very small island lies in the middle of the sea. You'll find the black mask, the white mask counterpart. Okay, well, I'm apparently very good at finding that. However, how the heck do I get past the doppelganger is the question. Statue of the goddess is enshrined beneath the city. She watches over crystal rods. Some time ago, a wizard named Minwu, Minwu is like my family, passed through the town on its way to the tower. You'd best hurry after him. Okay, so Minwu's at the tower somehow. Because that would mean Minwu had to get inside without the stuff. I assume. A flame lance. Wait, that sounds really cool. The ogre killer. Wait, flame lance seems really cool. We grab ice bow. 2 ogre killers and a flame lance. How about that? Oh my god, that's so much damage. What are our levels for axe? I want to say Guy's was high-ish. Okay, Flame Lance is going to go on Furion, and we'll switch axes over to Guy, assuming it's a damage up from the power staves. Staves. Is indeed. We'll move over to the Ice Bow as well. Huge damage up on that as well. Quite nice. The Wing Sword over to Layla. I'm surprised Layla's chilling with us for so long. Alright, apparently we're basically at full stats, but we'll take the heal regardless. I'm gonna guess there's no reason to go down here yet, probably. Statue beams with a beatific? Is that how you say that? Beatific? I don't have a rod, so I assume that there's no reason to come here. I didn't actually learn what to do about the doppelganger yet, which is kind of a problem. She watches over the crystal rods, but like, it was explained to us that the crystal rods were in that place, right? First, you must collect 2 masks, then travel to a certain cave somewhere on the continent. You should find a crystal rod, an artifact you need to enter the tower. All I could think of right now is like, oh, there's books. Oh, this is good. This is great. All right, hold on. Let's learn about everything we can. Mithril is a strong, easily processed metal, highly responsive to magic. It forms the basis of magical armaments. Recent technological advances to produce the airship. Should these technical arts proliferate, they could one day drive magic from the world. Wow, that seems worrying, maybe? I don't know. In times before the world knew castles or kingdom, a star fell to a land called Kashuan. Man gathered a flame from the star and built an altar to enshrine it. Once long ago, a king ordered the making of an indestructible lock and key. 3 sets were fashioned. The first was forged from friendship, the second from love, and the third from wonder. The sets forged the friendship and love were soon broken. The third was wrought from the wonder evoked by the ringing of a single pure note, and it held fast, which was the goddess's bell. So it pleased the king. He hid the bell away in the cavern of snow where it rests to this day. Not anymore. The island of Dice was the ancestral home of the Wyverns. A knight named Han visited the island, and over the period of 30 years, he cultivated a bond with the Wyverns. Han later became the first Dragoon. Oh, that's kind of cool. A close relative of the dragon, the Wyvern is trained to serve as the airborne mount of the Dragoons. Smaller than the dragon, the creature's strength allows it to carry 4 or 5 people in the air. Fearing the tremendous power they wield might lead to the world of destruction, the mages of old founded a settlement of Mysidia and dwelt there in seclusion. Make of the white mask an offering to the goddess beneath Mysidia. Thou pure of heart, the doppelganger will cease to move. Fit the black mask upon him, both he and his defiled heart shall fade. Alright, well, look, so we did have to do something there. In ages past, Pandemonium, the palace of the Lord of Hell, emerged onto our land. The mages of the old wove a spell of fearsome power and banished Pandemonium, averting a crisis. However, the mages feared that the spell was so powerful it could throw the world into chaos, so they constructed a great tower and sealed within it the tome inscribed with the spell's secrets. Ultima does seem quite strong here. Thank goodness. I saw that bookcase because one of the NPCs up there was like, make sure to read our books and stuff. And I was like, all right, well, I saw one bookcase somewhere. Okay, so white mask. Oh, it's kind of freaky. You place the white mask on the statue. I'm guessing we'll have to come back and reclaim the mask, right? Because we need to get inside, or maybe we only need the rod. I don't know. It might just be part of the puzzle. So now we can go deal with the doppelganger, put the black mask on it, get the crystal rod, and hopefully that'll be enough for us to succeed. Cool. Very good. I feel like my lost to not lost ratio is kind of popping off today. Granted, I did get kind of a hint about exploring the mountains to my left. But even I misinterpreted that hint and went to the northernmoor mountains, so come on. I'm at least doing a little. Probably. Back to the doppelganger we go. Thankfully, we know precisely where it is, so it should be nice and going to get there. And our health is looking really nice. Guy passing the 2,000 mark and Layla making 4 digits at last. You're just a few steps ahead is all. It's true. I went and I already got the other mask and everything. I have both masks and I'm good to go. And I've done this dungeon, but thankfully, this is the wrong dungeon. I thought this was the cave. I'm more than a few steps ahead. I'm too many steps ahead. Alright, let's go around. We'll go to the end of that dungeon. We'll get the crystal rod. I don't know if we'll need to go back or not. It might just be the crystal rod is all we need to get through. This is a very annoying encounter. I forgot how much I dislike fawns and how they are very bountiful here, so I think we might switch to flea mode. I didn't realize the encounter was over so quick, or their attacks were over so quick, because I am not wasting a turn attacking them. It's very easy to tell when someone gets poison when the turn ends, because poison pops up on them, so I can use that as an easy way to see when to turn off the 2x speed. Because when you have the 2x speed on in the upper right, it makes it so you auto combat as well with what you did last time, which on paper isn't bad, but against these enemies is a little annoying because I just want to switch to fleeing away. Those enemies are so strong and a little bit annoying. Alright, so we want to go down and left. Everything else doesn't matter. We're just fleeing. Get us out of here. We can warp out once we get there, so it'll be nice and easy. Although I guess we want to not warp and instead... No, we do want to warp. We don't want to teleport. Because warp does not deal damage to us, but teleport does for some reason. I don't know if that's a bug. Maybe not. Surely it's intentional, but I don't understand why They're like the same thing and one doesn't hurt the party. Alright, it's motionless. The purity of Furion's heart is stifling the defiled heart of this creature, and we have learned to put the black mask on the creature. You place the black mask on the doppelganger. The mask and the creature vanish. Alright, we probably don't need both the masks anymore. Oh my goodness, there's a whole heckin' dungeon still. I thought we were just going to get some loot and get out. Cool, I guess we'll lock in for a dungeon. Looks like there is no extra floor, it's just rooms. So perhaps it won't be that long. There does appear to be inaccessible treasure in the upper right, so we should do our best to see if we can figure out how to reach it. I think I'll go north first. We'll go northwest and then spin around, actually. That sounds good. And then we'll just go clockwise around the area. I'm sure Heck and Fleeing still. Heck, Black Pawns, they're so strong. This is definitely my least favorite enemy variety in a single dungeon by a pretty solid chunk. And the brains too, like those being able to bring your MP down from like 400 to like 80 is really rough. A Marlboro can probably just stone our whole team. This is a diabolical one. A power staff, but not going to be useful for us now that we switched Guy over. Plus, I think we already had 2 power staves. Steves. I think Ryoses are the ones that can stone our entire party in one turn, so definitely a diabolical dungeon. I knew it. There had to be a wall somewhere, right? It's kind of inevitable, but I'm still happy that it was like something that we could do. A flame lance, unfortunate, we just bought one. Yeah, we'll go down here next, might as well. Even if we find it early, we'll do a full exploration of the dungeon, because of course we should. What if there's something cool here? Or an empty room, hypothetically, with an encounter with enemies that can stone your entire party and might just do so. Never mind. I saw that we didn't run right away and I was like, we're getting bad breath and we're dead. We did not, in fact, get bad breath or die, so a win-win for us, truly. But the empty room's Final Fantasy, that's a scary encounter. Glad we escaped that one. Assuming that Malboros can bad breath, I don't know why they wouldn't be able to. That certainly could be a wipe if we get ambushed by them. So hopefully we'll avoid it. Very spicy dungeon. Definitely the most spicy dungeon we've done so far. So I think cockatrices are also the ones that can wipe our team. So I'm not going to take any time fighting when possible. Have I done every other room? Is it simply this bottom left one and that's it? Doesn't feel right. I feel like I missed a room. Perhaps not, though. They certainly can. Yeah, it's a spooky dungeon. Ah, okay. This one leads down another floor. Looks like far less rooms, but there is some treasure to get in this one. In the northwest, in a hidden wall, it looks like. So we'll go there first, and then we will swing to the east and hopefully find something cool along the way. I feel like I saw something pink up there. Maybe it was just in my head, but I feel like I saw pink in the upper left. Nah, I guess not. There it is. Just a red treasure chest. Probably when it was like blurring on the screen, it mixed with something. An ice boat, I also just bought one of those. I got all this gil, like, I gotta spend it. Otherwise it's burning a hole in my pocket. We don't want to do that with our gil. Alright, so let's go to the east and then south and then we'll loot and then we'll go around and I imagine it'll be the last room that we need. The other room's gonna be empty. This is definitely the first dungeon I felt so far where I just want to run from everything because it's very inconvenient to fight them. And there's like high risks too. Like if we just get unlucky, we lose all of our MP in a single fight. Not all of it, but the vast majority of it in a single fight, or just, you know, get stoned and immediately lose. So, oh, bonus monsters though. Okay, I didn't mean to flee. That was my mistake. We certainly can win this fight normally. Oh, they solid oopsie on my part. I was just assuming that if I push the auto button, it would basic attack, even though we know it won't do that. Surprised the bombs are like susceptible to fire. I would have assumed that they like healed up. An ogre killer. I feel like we got one of those. That's one of the axes, right? Aw, nuts. They're getting all the stuff we just bought in here. I mean, to be fair, they sell it in that town, so... Yeah, an empty room. Surprise, surprise. Going back to fleeing, another spooky encounter, like every encounter in here. Oh, every time it doesn't leave immediately, I get so nervous, because if we fail 4 of them, we could lose so much. Surely this is the last room. Fingers crossed. The heck this dungeon. Heck, there's more. The zombie and undead zombie. I was gonna say undead zombie. The like swordsman zombies aren't that bad. Ah yes, it wouldn't be a Final Fantasy II dungeon without Picador. Silly me. It's funny, because this probably exists in Final Fantasy III. I just don't remember it. Like, I'm sure there's like a Picador equivalent in Final Fantasy III. I just don't know what it would have been. I do not remember. Oh, time to sit through 8 attacks, and hopefully we can run. I should be a little careful, too. It looks like Guy's health is getting kind of low. It's tough to tell now that Guy has so much health. When I look at 1300, I'm like, oh, you're probably pretty healthy. No, you're actually at about half health. So we'll top up really quick. I wonder what the top level of magic is, thinking about it too. My assumption was 10, but I'm thinking it might be higher than 10 now that we're approaching 10, but it does take us a while to level up now. I think we've only seen up to 9, but maybe I'm mistaken. Alright, so... Oh, there's a bonus door down there. So surely these 3 are empty. And you're like, what do you mean these are all empty? This is where it needs to be, but then there's bonus door. Please don't ambush me with one of those encounters. I don't want to lose all my MP. A Bell of Silence, a gold needle, and a phoenix down. I imagine Bell of Silence is a use item that silences. It sure as heck does. Not to be confused with the Goddess's Bell, which does not, in fact, make no sound, much like the Bell of Silence. At least we got some loot, I guess. But yes, it is going to be the bottom right door, as we kind of speculated. Hopefully not another whole floor of these, because these enemies are so heckin' spooky. Alright, well, good luck. This could set us back to the start of the room. Assuming they can bad breath. But I haven't actually seen a Marlboro do it yet, so I might not be able to. Their basic attacks also apply stun, though, which is a pain. Oh my god, there's another floor. The dungeon that keeps on giving. Oh boy. B5, it looks like there's one more room at the very end, but also a pretty tremendous amount of bonus loot for us before then. So hopefully we can get a bunch of loot, and it's not another 3 or 4 floors. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I'm surprised you're not like ambushed every single time you open a chest, to be honest, because I'm not like really, I know that we've experienced it a bunch, but I'm still not totally like on board with being normalized with opening a chest and having 5 skeletons pop out. That's already kind of worrying on its own. So the fact that we're not ambushed is really showing the resolve of our ragtag party of heroes. A Drain Tome. Drain's probably a cool spell. I don't know who I'd want it on though. Alright, so it's going... Oh, we have to go all the way around. Cool. I was like, we can just go left or right, but we should go right to get the treasure. No, we have to go all the way around anyways. This is one of the scariest things I've seen in my entire life. There were like 6 cockatrices. How about 5 Marlboro? Is that how you say it? It's so tough to say that word. Hey, where do we enter here? Oh, is it a hidden wall? I don't actually see an entrance. My guess is it's on the left side, but it's probably on the right side, or vice versa. My guess is on the right side. I think it's on the left side because it's always been on where I not guess first, because I guess badly and not goodly, which is a real problem. Oh, never mind, I'm a genius. A mini tome. What else have we got up here? A potion. That's going to be big. Healing 50 at one point is going to be a make or break situation. Ether is actually quite nice. High potion is also pretty useful, and high potion's also not bad. That could have been a lot worse, actually. Alright, so we need to go... I guess we'll just go up, left, down, and then hopefully it's the final floor. Oh my god, these encounters are so scary. That's the one that would kill us if we get ambushed. Assuming that they'll just spam bad breath again. I guess there's no guarantee we'll get stoned either. Oh no, we do have one piece of armor that prevents stones, so we should be good to go. I forgot about that. If I can get that in like the whole party, I would be so happy. That's the stuff they should sell in shops. I would buy up armor that prevented stone. Really all status ailments, but still. Let us flee once more. Okay, surely one of these has the bell. It's probably the top one. We have a Drain Tome and Osmos Tome, like Osmosis. Absorbs MP when used in battle. Wait, that's actually crazy strong. Hold on. I guess I'll give it to Maria. Actually, I'll give it to Furion. That's a crazy tome. Oh, thank goodness, the Crystal Rod. So I'm guessing we just need the Crystal Rod to go into that place now. I will cast Teleport even though it costs seemingly a good chunk of health to use. Just because it's going to be a lot quicker. So bizarre that Teleport takes health but Warp doesn't. I'll never understand that. Cool, both of our cures are getting close to level 9 now. Let us go swing somewhere, and then I guess maybe if we have tents, we can just use a tent or something. The alternative would be going back to the town, but I don't think we need to go back to the town now is the thing. We are going to wrap up pretty soon. I think what we're going to do is we're going to use a tent and then put ourselves over by the tower so we know where to go in next. I do have plans in a little bit. I want to take some time to get ready and stuff, so I will be wrapping up pretty soon. But it was a nice little stream, a shorter one admittedly, but it was fun. I have to imagine we're getting close to the end of 2. Maybe not that close. I'm thinking 2 or 3 more sessions, not 1. I'm gonna use a cottage really quick. We'll get on our boat and then we'll go over there. Hopefully Minwu is doing all right. I feel like Final Fantasy II so far has had a real addiction to game ending the characters that I like. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Okay, a giant gaping hole in the middle of the ocean as we tried to go rescue Minwu was not on my bingo card. Nor was like the entire perspective of the world shifting. That was actually crazy looking. Oh no, we got swallowed by something gross. Where are we? Layla's missing. We're in the Leviathan. Alright, we're quick saving. Wait, what? I'm surprised quick save worked. I figured it would boot me to the main menu. Very weird. That should work just fine, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Great. In that case, we are going to wrap up here. I guess I'm used to Final Fantasy 3 because I think when you quick save in 3, it bumps you to the menu and you can't reuse it. It's gonna save the tower, huh? No, they got me on that one. I did not expect giant gaping hole in Leviathan swallowing us, but this was fun. Good session. We're about 10 hours in now. I'm still having a great time with the game. Excited to do more of it. We'll do more next Friday like always, but again, I have to go get ready for my plans and stuff. I'm sure it'll be a fun time. Hopefully you had a fun time here today, and hopefully you have a lovely weekend. !Discord if you want to hang out in the Discord and chat and whatnot. Past that, bye for now.